had to say about how her business has fallen off today.
It's off quite a bit. I mean, we get a lot of traffic from people going down Claremont and seeing the bookstore. It would be nice to have more.
Just talked to a police officer here in Brookhaven. Asked him if they'd had any word of when this street might reopen. I can tell you there's a big hole in the pavement. The new pipe is waiting to be put in, so it will be some number of hours. Restaurants, mostly, they're concerned about this because they don't have water, and they are going to be wanting to serve dinner here starting in a couple of hours. Reporting live at Brookhaven, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
A Henry County teacher accused of sexual assault is now in custody. Rodney Freeman disappeared after the girl made the allegations against him last month. He's now behind bars in the Henry County Jail. A 17-year-old student at Union Grove High School claims Freeman tried to have sex with her. The Henry County School District placed him on leave. The city of Atlanta has plans in place to keep everyone safe with college football playoff championship game coming up, as well as the King Day holiday on the same day.
Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens says while they didn't know which teams would be playing, they've spent plenty of time gearing up for Monday's big game.
When we know weeks like this are coming, a year or more in advance, we immediately begin preparing.
And Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum says they've been in contact with federal agencies and have adjusted their security plan after the deadly New Orleans terror attack.
Where terrorists may try to harm, we do our very best to make sure we stand on that gap for the citizens.
He says every Atlanta officer will be working during the festivities. At Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Senators grill President-elect Trump's pick for defense secretary at a Capitol Hill hearing.
Are there any other important facts that you chose not to reveal to the president-elect and his team as they were considering you to be Secretary of Defense?
Senator, I sit here before you in open book.
Senator Tim Kaine questioning Pete Hegseth, who's facing allegations of sexual misconduct and excessive drinking. He calls it a smear campaign. It is now 3:03, and the Von Haessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Travel advisory into Union City. Bill crash, 2 right lanes, 85 southbound, Flat Shoals, exit 66. Jams up the ride once again today around the airport, Highway 29, and alternate around that. All of our trouble spots, 75, 85, both north and southbound between North Avenue and 17th Street have cleared, but still slow southbound from the 85-400 merge, trying to make that commute down to I-20. Northbound brake lights, University Avenue up past Peachtree Pine Street, and 285 westbound in Sandy Springs and Dunwoody filling in from Ashford Dunwoody past Roswell Road. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies today, breezy, highs in the upper 40s, low 50s, that northwest wind gusting 20 miles per hour. Lows tonight in the upper 20s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 51. Thursday, sunny skies, morning low 28, afternoon high 52.
49 in Roswell, 47 in Hiram, and 51 in Hapeville. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Haessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. George Clark lost his keys, so our temporary man behind the glass, Blue. In all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
I almost didn't come to work today, Eric.
Oh.
It was tough.
Was
George lost his keys?
Were you helping George find his keys?
I was trying to help him find his keys and finding out about the news that Jessica Simpson and Eric Johnson are splitting after 10 years.
No relationship is safe if that one didn't work out.
I'm out. I'm going home. I know. Guys, I don't know if I can continue on.
I really thought she was going to be fifth time lucky.
How could this happen?
I don't know. You know what it is? The world is just falling apart, I think. Come on now. Listen, we have
2025 is just turning out to be the worst.
It's
California's on fire.
It's not starting out well.
What's his face aren't together.
I'll give you. It's not starting out well at all. Hey, I saw it. You know, if you think, do you want to hear some news about people getting things done, Autumn? Would you like to hear something positive?
Yeah, I think I need that right now.
And by the way, this has to do with the younger generation.
Okay.
So this is from an online publication called 2Fab.
Too fab.
Not
Really
the number.
cool and hip.
Like just much too much fab. Too fab.
Yeah, it's kind of a collaborator with TMZ. They have a lot of too fab articles on TMZ.
Is that true?
Yes.
Well, even more legitimacy.
Wow. TMZ guy likes it.
OnlyFans star claims she slept with 1,057 men in 12 hours and broke the world record. Don't tell me that these kids don't do anymore.
Gen Z getting things done.
Getting things done.
How many?
Didn't they just have this a month
No,
ago?
that was 100.
Oh.
And I'll tell you about that lady. They had a documentary, and she was all like, I don't know how I feel about this. Not this lady. Not this lady. She's
And
like,
how many hours?
12.
Okay, so 1,000. All right.
57.
Yeah, 1,057. The goal was 1,000. They got to 1,000, and then there was still 57 dudes hanging out.
Hey,
so.
I drove here.
Gosh, I couldn't imagine being like number 787. That would stink.
That's like 14 a minute? That can't
literally.
be right.
Yeah. No, listen, we are
It's
governed.
just like 1, 2, out. 1, 2,
We
out.
are
1, 2,
governed
out.
by the FCC, so I cannot explain but they worked it out, and what you just said is pretty close to it. And they had two
Okay.
doors, boom, 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 and but that's not really what we're talking about. What we're talking about is having a goal. No, I meant two doors in the room. What we're talking about is having a goal,
Nothing in the basement.
working toward it, and getting it done. And I don't want to hear anybody from my generation talking about how these kids don't get things done.
That is American exceptionalism right there.
I will tell you right now, I could not do that.
How old is she?
I don't know. She looks to be about 28 or something. Somewhere in there. I don't know. I'm not good with the ages. Somewhere below 40 and above 23.
There should be like a legal age for that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you're gonna try and break some sort of weird record, you
Yeah.
got to be
55.
I think it should be 50, 52.
My hip.
It should be. It should not only be a challenge for you, but also your suitors.
That's true.
Now,
Yes,
Jasmine
like-
St. Clair has to come out of retirement.
Yes, absolutely. What
Because
is
these
she,
people are
70
stepping
now?
on her. She must be in her 40s or 50.
She's washed, they say, which is exactly what this lady did.
Now, was
The whole
this
thing was over.
1,057 individuals? or-
Yes. No returns.
No repeat.
No repeats.
Wow.
The parking lot was full.
With one bus, two buses.
What are you typing there? What are you?
I was doing the math.
She has. Oh, okay. What do you? You got?
12 times 6.
What do you call those things they use?
An adding machine.
Oh, like an adding machine?
And she put it all up on her Instagram or TikTok.
She's got a green visor on.
Hold on, I'm doing it.
Look at her. She's going at it like she's in the back room of a casino.
My dad invented that.
That comes too.
I'm seeing her name is Bonnie Blue.
Bonnie Blue.
That's her real name.
On
Bonnie Blue. Oh, does she have blue hair?
She does not.
Yeah.
She's got blonde hair.
Not Blue,
Oh,
who's
'cause I
filling
know
in
her.
for no relation. No relation.
Bonnie. Hold on.
All right. Well, listen. My point is, I don't want to really get deep into her. Into her whole thing, but I'm just saying there are people.
Into her what?
Well, her whole thing. I'm saying is I'm bringing it up in a world where it seems like everything has gone awry. We still have some doers. That's my point.
The original record holder, Lily Phillips, has not commented on Bonnie Blue
Is that the
breaking her
one?
record.
Is she? So she did. How did she do? 1,000 or something?
She did 100 men in 14 hours
Okay,
back
well
in
that's
December.
not. See, 100 and 1,000. We're not even in the same category. We're not even. This is like. You're talking about Marcus Mariota and I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes.
I see.
They're
I
not
see.
in the same
Yeah.
league, really.
I never did that.
I'm just bringing it's just a
all right, cool.
analogy kind of
State
thing.
Farm.
There was a record from 20 years ago by Lisa Sparks.
All right, I don't need to know all of this.
919 in 22
This is not a
hours.
smut show.
Listen, I was on the aircraft carrier in World WW2. I didn't get any medals or
No, that's
recognition
right.
for
You
that.
did it. You did it for your country.
Rosie
I
the
did it for
Riveter.
the USO. I was a hoofer, and then I was something else.
Unfortunately,
That's my
for
drift.
this Lisa Sparks here that we're speaking with now, she did not get recognized by the Guinness World Records. So.
Yeah, there's a problem there. It's like there's. Do they have someone from the Guinness Book of World Records who shows up for these things?
Only if you can participate.
Yeah, I'll be in the.
Yeah.
I go last.
Judges.
I go last.
They call me the closer.
Yeah, who is the last one?
Well, the lucky one, they call him.
I don't know.
Mr. Irrelevant.
The first one.
Somewhere in between, I feel like, is the luckiest one.
Oh, well, listen, aren't we all lucky just to live in a world where records are being shattered? And we know that the kids, they can, when they set their sights on a goal, they can still achieve it. And that's what I call America. And
She should perform at the Super Bowl halftime show.
it would probably be more family friendly than the halftime shows have been over the last few years. So why not? Why not? Let's see if see if she can get like a quarter of the stadium done in 15 minutes.
To participate.
Well, you better save me a place in line. That's all I gotta say.
Chris, would you go before Al or would you go after Al?
Well, that's just her being her, you know. Bonnie Blue being Bonnie Blue.
Can I speak for some of the listeners, many of the listeners? Whatever happened to my WSB? And you know what? If you can start the petition, I'll be the first to sign it. Thank you.
Bortz would never.
Hello, everyone.
What's that, sir?
Hello, everyone.
Listen, he just gave a speech talking about what a great presidency he had.
He's a great person.
He left everything great for the next administration.
Got him right here.
My administration is leaving the next administration with a very strong hand to play.
Is he on speed 2
We're
times? 1.5?
America with more friends and stronger alliances.
Who's our new friend?
His adversaries
Chad.
are weaker and under pressure.
Just say things
The
like
guy or the country?
Once again,
Both.
is leading. Uniting
again.
setting the agenda.
Rah. See?
Bringing others together behind our plans and visions.
Fishes.
Behind our plans and fishes. Chad, stand strong, proud America.
Yeah, they just say stuff. We have more friends. Who's the country that wasn't a friend that's a friend now?
Venezuela.
No, they're still not a friend.
no,
They weren't
not
a friend when
Brazil.
Kind of worse. Things are tense with them.
Togo.
I don't know about those people. I don't know. What's the one that has 2 names? Tobago and
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Trinidad likes the Tobago. We're still working on it.
You only got a few days left. You got to get to work.
We're going to work it out. And Donald Trump come in. We're leaving it with the best hand ever dealt.
We have better relations with Luxembourg. How about that? Luxembourg over in Europe.
Listen. Are they in NATO? Probably. I don't
Probably.
know. I have no idea.
Yeah, they got one guy.
Yeah.
Who's not a prince.
Saw a new drug on CNN before I came on. There's like these things just come out with new ones, and they're running out of names. This thing I think it was called Evenity.
That's right. Yeah.
Evenity.
Yeah, like
Ooh, was there a song with it?
I didn't hear it. The sound was down, but the people were very happy. This lady was walking her dog, and she was really, really living the life. And I'm just like, is this for people who couldn't show up for events?
I was going to go to the concert, but, I have a problem with it. Then I took Evenity.
They took Evenity. Hey, don't take Evenity if you're allergic to Evenity. I want to warn you.
Do more than just slow bone loss.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's a bone. It
Build
grows.
new bone with
builds,
Evenity.
It builds new bone. The problem is, my understanding, you don't know where it's going to happen. Could be in your forehead. You have no idea.
New bone.
But at the end of the day, no, it's not one of those drugs.
Yeah.
The best
Get your
bone.
head
Off-brand.
out of the gutter.
Off-brand, guys.
Get your head out of the gutter.
Guys, do you suffer from postmenopausal osteoporosis? Stop in my office. I'll give you a dose of Evenity.
Evenity. I don't know. It must be good because that lady was walking her dog and she was happy as hell. And even when they were saying all the potential side effects, she was just smiling and walking her dog and
I don't care.
Having a good time with her
Call your healthcare
grandchildren.
provider or get emergency help right away if you have any of these symptoms. Heart attack, which may include chest pain, pressure, shortness of breath, feeling lightheaded or dizzy. Symptoms of a stroke, including headache, numbness, weakness, face and arm, legs,
I'm
difficulty
walking
talking,
my dog.
changes in vision, loss
Happy.
of balance.
Happy
Before you
walking
receive
my
Evenity,
dog.
tell your healthcare provider if you
they're
have
my
any heart attack,
grandchildren.
stroke, especially if it's ever
They're my
happened in the past year.
grandchildren. I love my grandchildren.
Osteonecrosis of the jaw.
Okay.
Ew,
It's very
that's a bad,
rare.
That sounds like your jaw falls off.
That sounds like your jaw dies or
Yeah.
something. Is that does your jaw just
That's what Nancy Pelosi
fall
was on.
asleep?
Oh, yeah. Pelosi's got the Evenity.
Have you got the jaw necrosity or what was it called? Jaw necrosity?
Osteonecrosis.
Osteonecrosis. Look it up. somewhere.
Osteocrosis of the jaw.
By the way, if anybody has it, and I'm sure it's painful, we're not
That's
making
so
fun of it.
bad.
Autumn's
I
making
can't say
fun.
my B's
Not me.
anymore.
Autumn is making fun. That's
Chronic condition that occurs when bone tissue dies due to lack of blood flow.
Ow! That's not good.
I got dead bones.
That hurts. Now, something's going to get you, is what they say. But you know what they say?
There's always something, right?
They say something's going to get you. No matter what, you can be just the healthiest person alive. Do you know this? I just found this out today. The healthiest person who ever lived died.
What?
There's no hope. So what I'm saying is, enjoy your fast food.
Once in a while.
Unusual thigh bone fractures.
Unusual.
Unusual.
They happen in your foot.
Unusual patterns. It's like a crystalline kind of thing that happens.
Wait, we still don't know about that millionaire that's spending all that money to live forever yet. He's
Brian
still,
Johnson?
Yeah.
No, I saw a couple more articles about this guy. I just think I would not want to be this guy.
I wouldn't either.
It's just like he spends every day of his life, every minute of every day, trying to live forever, which is like, okay, but what did you do besides, it's 8 p.m., time for bed.
Time for all these pills.
I think I got 9,000 more pills. He takes he has blood transfusions from his son, who is also on this I'm going to live forever trip. Can you imagine? They take the blood out of his son, and I guess they take the blood out of him. I'd be afraid of if you need a blood transfusion, you need it, right? It's a medical thing, and you got to get it done, so you just get it done. But just as a casual, I'd like to have a blood transfusion, please, I would be worried that there'd be a little gap between the old blood going out and the new blood coming in.
Yeah, I think.
And I died. There was an air gap.
A little brackish.
Yeah. Do they mix it at first? They swirl. They mix it together,
A
and
little
then
wooden spoon.
do you have is blood coming out as blood's going in? It has to be that way, or they can't empty you and then fill you back up.
They could take out some at a time.
No. Wait.
Huh?
What?
Wait.
They don't just wait.
Huh?
When you get a blood, a blood
I've never had. I don't know.
transfusion-
I don't know. How do they work? Hey, thank
put
you.
a hose in
Thank
your
you,
arm.
Blue. This show's for you, Blue. George Clark is back.
Yes, I'm back.
And, not back,
Apologize.
here for, you lost your keys?
Yeah, one of those.
Where did you
once
lose them?
every 2-3 years, you panic.
George Clark, you got to do what I do. I used to lose my keys and all that kind of stuff. And for the last, 20 years, I walk in the door, and the very first thing I do is I put my keys in a drawer that's right next to the door. And do you know that for all my life, for the last 20 years, I've never lost my keys because they're always in that first place when I step.
Not your keys, but don't forget the Super Bowl a couple years ago when you lost your credentials. Oh, that was bad, Eric.
Okay,
When you
how
lost,
often? I'm
when you
talking
lost
about-
your credentials.
I had to
Oh.
sit here at
Chick-fil-A for an hour and a half waiting for you
First of all, I didn't lose my credential. I just left it at home. It wasn't lost. I just walked out the door with it. And that's something that you don't have all the time, like your keys. Don't listen to this guy, George. He's trying to stir up you-know-what.
You put the credential with your keys.
Right, and I'll put it in a drawer. I'll find a good spot. And
I'm
this won't
telling
happen
you, this
again.
stuff works. This stuff works. I put my my pass to get in the building in the pocket in my briefcase immediately at the end of every shift. As soon as I get home, I put my wallet in my briefcase. I never lose these things. I'm not lecturing you. I'm just an old man
You're right.
saying
That'll
there's
keep
a
me
better
from
way.
Looking for my keys in the fridge and through
Right.
trash bags.
You'll
which
know
was
they're
a-
not. And if you want to really go back, remember when I lost that iPhone? I had to buy a new iPhone about 10 years ago, and
That's
then like 3
right, I
weeks
forgot
later,
about
I
that.
found it in the meat
deli
drawer,
drawer.
the deli drawer of my refrigerator.
I have an answer about where
What
your
kind
blood,
of
what
crazy
happened to your
sexual
blood.
shenanigans are going on there? Yes. What? Is this
So
about
they don't
sex?
just- If they don't empty like the
Oh.
amount of blood that you're getting in. You just get more, and your body processes.
Well, at
just
some
your
point,
blood.
wouldn't your heart just explode if you just had a whole bunch of blood?
It regulates what goes in it.
Why would it
Don't you think?
explode?
Listen, I didn't go
It's
to
not a
medical
balloon.
school. Don't look at me like I'm an idiot because I don't
It's got to
understand
leak
the
out somewhere, right?
science
You can
of-
only have so much
Comes out
blood.
of your eyes. That's why
yeah.
people have stigmata.
Like Megyn Kelly, out of her eyes, out of everywhere.
It was
It's
very
pouring out of it.
gross.
It's just disgusting.
Very gross.
Yeah. So I do want to speak to one issue that I haven't really spoken to at all. We brought it up a little bit yesterday, but I haven't had a lot to say about the LA fires because they're going on, and I don't believe in this whole thing where like 24 hours in you start pontificating about this, that, and the other thing. But I have had time to look at everything going on in Los Angeles, and I have friends out there as well, and I just want to let everyone understand something, okay? This is not about climate change. All right? Let me put it this way. As a given, if we just accepted the fact that you take the most extreme radical environmentalist and what they say about climate change is absolutely 100% true. Let's just give that. If that was real and they were right, the most extreme radical environmentalists about climate change, the LA fires would still have nothing to do with climate change. I've really been looking into this. This is a perfect, not perfect as in good, you understand the idea of perfect storm. It's a perfect storm of what just has just laid bare years and years of horrible, horrible leadership, horrible management. And the reason I know this is because in my reading, and some people are upset that there are private firefighters. They're not really private firefighters. What they are is they work for the insurance companies, and they show up at your house, and they kind of do the best they can to fireproof your house. They put flame retardant on it. They close up all the HVAC ducts so that the embers don't get in your house and all that. But you do have this private group. And before we even get to that, we can all hate on insurance companies at another time. But months and months ago, they started dropping homeowners because there were weather forecasts and there were indications that, one of the reservoirs in the Pacific Palisades was empty when this went down. And then when you get closer to the moment of the first fire starting, some of these private kind of firefighters that are employed mostly by the insurance companies. Some of these big celebrities can have their own, but mostly it's the insurance companies that send them out to the insured homes. Well, they started moving 2 hours before the first fire started. That means that the information was there. We've got the winds, we've got the dryness, we've got the empty reservoir, we've got the indications were there that this was going to happen. But it's even deeper than that. It's so many bad policies over the last, 10, 15, 20 years. Some of them cultural, some of them logistic, about cleaning up. And then there's the diversion of water because of a fish that they didn't want to die. Look, I don't even eat seafood, so I'm a fan of fish.
Yeah, there's so much when it comes to like the water management.
I mean, we had that same issue here in Georgia with the water going out of Florida. There was I think it's a mussel that grows in the where the Chattahoochee River.
But that's just one bad policy. What I'm saying is this is like just everything. And if we find out, and by the way, I think that if it's true, I think we'll never find it out to be true. But if the whole thing was started by homeless encampment or something, which, by the way, in Atlanta, we had a bridge. We know these things do happen. Then you would have even further bad policies. And then we were talking yesterday about, now there's like anarchists that are running around setting fires. That state has been mismanaged horribly, and you just don't get a moment like this where an event happens where everything is stripped bare for everyone to see. So you can choose to believe this is about climate change. I'm here to tell you, you would be wrong. And when I say wrong, I mean 100%. And I don't know if you recognize this. I'm not good with math. That's all of it. 100% is everything. So you would be completely and totally wrong. But this is what's going to be sold to you. And you can see it already with the typical legacy media. Oh, this is disinformation. And that fish was, technically speaking, and no, so you're going to answer all 17 of these things? It's not the fish. It's not the underbrush. It's not the fact that one of the water reservoirs was bone dry, basically. And that's been going on for like 2 years. It was broken, it was fixed, then it was broken again. And they knew these Santa Ana winds were coming. This was not something that was a surprise. There was a weather forecast. The mayor leaves like a day before all this stuff. And people are forecasting, hey, we have it here in Georgia sometimes in the fall. Say, hey, no burning of leaves.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not because the fire's already started. It's because conditions.
We get drought conditions.
Yeah, and so So that's all that I'm saying. I don't live in Los Angeles. It's not my personal government. It's not really something that I'm going to have any ability to do anything about. But I will tell you that there will be an onslaught of this is climate change. And I'm not saying climate change isn't real. I'm saying if climate change is absolutely what the most extreme environmentalist says it is, this still has nothing to do with climate change.
We are here with CFP and investment advisor Aaron Vincent of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. Aaron, what's one of the big concerns adults in or close to retirement are worried about right now?
It's got to be 401k strategies. Most of the people that come to see us have been good savers, and most of that money happens to be in 401ks. Their big question usually is, do I have my money in the right place, and am I on track for a successful retirement? Well, that's when we get to work. Our 401k snapshot will tell you what's working and what's not. For instance, a lot of people have money in bond funds. Well, bonds don't do well when interest rates are up, and even though those rates have dropped recently, your money could have been affected over the last few years. So for most adults, a 401k is their biggest retirement asset. So let's put that under the microscope and see if we can improve your situation.
What can we do for our audience today?
I'd like to personally invite you to call Vincent Financial Group and let us run a free 401k snapshot. This deep dive into your 401k strategy will take about an hour, and when you come back for the next visit, you'll see the results, along with our suggestions on how to improve your performance. From there, you can take that information about your 401k and act on our suggestions, or bring it to your current advisor, whatever you want. We think this information is so important, we want to make sure you have the knowledge to understand where you stand right now in reaching your retirement goals. Ready to talk to you, 770-280-1488.
No cost, no obligation, 401k snapshot. Where can we find you and the team at the Vincent Financial Group?
Our home office is in downtown Woodstock, but we serve families all across Metro Atlanta, from Noonan to Perry or from Athens to Blue Ridge. We can serve you in person or on Zoom. You can also find us online at retireatlradio.com.
So take advantage of a no cost, no obligation 401k snapshot from Aaron Vincent and the team at Vincent Financial. 770-280-1488. That's 770-280-1488. And we invite you to join us Sundays at 6 p.m. for Retire ATL, all powered by the Vincent Financial Group.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. A 401k assessment does not constitute a comprehensive retirement plan. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
EMC Security.
Meet EMC Security's hero of the home.
After some break-ins in my neighborhood, it got me thinking about my family's security. A friend recommended EMC Security, so I called them. Now I have peace of mind that my family is safe without having to sign a long-term contract.
Way to go, Sarah. Be the hero of your home with no contracts, fast and reliable monitoring, and rates as low as $16.95.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
Belinda Skelton here with Dr. Ashraf with the Atlanta Vision Institute, and I'm a proud recipient of the laser optics procedure because it literally changed my life. I went from wearing glasses and contacts and not being able to see leaves on trees clearly, being tired when I read books at night, tired when I worked on the computer for long hours at a time. And I know that you hear a lot of this, Dr. Ashraf.
Yes, Belinda, I hear all these accolades all the time from patients. It is truly a life-changing procedure. This will not give you x-ray vision. However, if you want to get rid of the hassle of glasses and contacts and want to improve the quality of your life, this is a great procedure for you.
Go to 2020atlanta.com to find out more information. Take the quiz. See if this procedure is a good option for you. That website again is 2020atlanta.com. Your medical insurance may cover it.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top story, Alpharetta-based Colonial Pipeline is responding to a potential gasoline leak in Paulding County. It's temporarily shut down Line 1. Bloomberg reports the shutdown of the nation's largest gasoline pipeline is expected to last about 12 hours. Line 1 transports about 1.5 million barrels worth of gasoline a day between Houston, Texas, and Greensboro, North Carolina. Happening now in Brookhaven, crews working to repair a water main break on Claremont Road near Dresden Drive. It's impacting about 100 homes and several businesses in the area. They are experiencing low to no water service. Governor Kemp looks to put a stop to frivolous lawsuits in Georgia.
Tort reform will be my top legislative priority for this upcoming session.
At the annual Eggs and Issues breakfast, Kemp says lawsuit abuse is an issue that impacts everyone. Many have dubbed Georgia a judicial hellhole because of the current laws they say favor plaintiffs and hurt businesses because of skyrocketing insurance rates. Fiery and contentious moments for President-elect Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense. Pete Hegseth, the former Fox News host, is questioned today by the Senate Armed Services Committee. Senator Tammy Duckworth goes after Hegseth's knowledge leading an audit.
Senator, in both of the organizations I ran, we were always completely fiscally responsible.
Yes or no, did you need an audit?
And the way
yes
my
or
leadership
no,
has
did you need
been
an audit?
stated
Yes or
has
no?
been completely
What are you afraid of? You
mischaracterized.
can't answer this question. Yes or no, did you need an audit? Do you not know this answer?
Hegseth faces allegations of sexual assault, excessive drinking, and racist remarks. He calls it a smear campaign. Good news today from the Princess of Wales, who says her cancer is in remission.
Kate revealed the news in a social media post shortly after visiting the Royal Marsden Hospital in London. She also thanked the staff there for all the care and advice she and husband William had received. Until now, there'd been no confirmation that this was the hospital where the Princess of Wales had been treated. We still don't know what form of cancer she was treated for. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
It is 3:32 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center, here's Alex Williams.
Travel advisory continues into Union City. Crash, although they're working to get it off to the right, still in two right lanes. 85 southbound, Flat Shoals Road, exit 66. That's why you're jammed up on 285 south, the outer loop, and 285 west, the inner loop, trying to get past Hartsfield-Jackson. Use Highway 29 as an alternate. Checking out new trouble in Clayton County as well. 75 south at I-285. Already seen those delays back into Hateville. And it's still slow downtown from the 85-400 merge as you make your way southbound on the connector down to I-20. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies today, breezy with a high near 50. That northwest wind gusting 20 miles per hour. Clear and cold tonight, low 29. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 51. Thursday, sunny skies, morning low 28, afternoon high 52.
Right now, it's 46 in Kennesaw, 50 in Tucker, also 50 in East Point. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, Belinda here, and I have Barry Petrie, Director of Virtual Imaging. Barry has a very interesting testimonial I want him to share with our listeners. Barry, tell us your story.
Belinda, I'm 55. I'm in good shape. I work out every day and took this job about a year ago. Unfortunately, I started having some symptoms about 3 or 4 months ago, so I decided to scan myself. Learned that I had a very high calcium score, and especially most of that was in my LAD, which you know is the Widowmaker. Long story short, I had my first stent put in about 6 weeks ago at Northside, and I feel great. I did not realize that I had lost a gear, and I've got that gear back. And I would have been one of those people that probably would have dropped dead looking perfectly healthy at 60 if I had not taken this role and did that scan.
Oh, wow. Folks, that story hits home. What are you waiting for? Go to Virtual Imaging and get a complimentary heart scan with few minimum requirements for you and your spouse. Call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or visit virtualimagingatl.com.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your fourth quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 888-471-3896 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today, 888-471-3896. That's 888-471-3896. MitchLyonsWealth.com, your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Start fresh this year. Take better care of your HVAC system and save money. Dave Baker here. Do you know starting at just $16.99 a month, a Coolray maintenance plan will keep your system running smoothly all year long? But if it's time for a new system, Coolray can install a new Carrier home comfort system that comes with a lifetime parts and labor warranty, which means $0 in repair costs for the life of your system. Simply schedule your appointment at Coolray.com. Coolray Carrier. Turn to the experts.
What are they calling it? A poly crisis or poly?
The poly crisis.
Is that the word they're throwing out there?
Yeah, that's their new word, a convergence of all bad things.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
That's not what's going on in L.A. What's going on in L.A. is just bad governance over 20 years, and then an event happens that just strips the whole thing down. I don't even know. On one hand, I'm thinking, does L.A. even come back? Because I think a lot of people will just move. You got a lot of people in Florida who moved because they went through 2 big hurricanes in like 2 years. Like, we go live somewhere else, So I
already
think
have a lot of the film industry out of that area,
right,
too.
and people have been leaving. High-profile businesses, and they've been leaving for a while. And on one hand, I wonder, like, well, can they rebuild that city? They did it after the earthquake. I don't know if the earthquake did this kind of damage, though, to so many different parts of the city. What's about thousands of homes have been lost, and I just don't.
And they're not going to see money for years and years.
We're giving $700.
Yeah, a piece.
And then even if they did have the money to rebuild, if they're like super rich, they have to go through like permitting.
Yeah.
That takes a billion years to get done.
I mean the kind of building, like I'm not talking about the rich. The rich will either move or they'll rebuild. I'm just talking about, there's a lot of these areas. I mean, some areas are the super rich, but some areas are not. Some areas are just working class people, and that's going to be up to this same government to kind of figure out a way to do this. And, that's why the reason that they want to throw ideas like this as climate change out there is very simple. The leaders do not want to be held accountable for their leadership, for their governance. I mean, and you got to be able to see through that. Not that it really matters. We don't live there. So it's just a talking point for us. And it's something to argue about, I suppose. And it'll all break down on the regular lines. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she was out there saying, how come they don't just change the weather?
Cloud seeding.
Yeah, but there's no clouds right now, I don't think.
They can make the clouds.
By the way, can you seed clouds when there are 80-mile-per-hour Santa Ana winds flowing through?
You got to make the clouds go, and you just make them thicker so that they can't go with the wind.
Didn't they just do this on the Arabian Peninsula and it ended up causing massive floods?
Whether or not that's what caused them.
Dubai did have
Whether or not?
They did have some cloud seeding that went bad in Dubai, though.
That's Autumn she's reached her limit. She's paid for the day. She can go now. She got there first.
What has happened to my WSB?
That's what I'd like to know. I'll tell you what. When they finally, do what needs to be done, I'll be the first one switching on my radio, listening. You get that old WSB back that we all love so much. So it's just about bad governance. I guess we could learn a lesson from it and, make sure not to make the same. But you got to remember, the Los Angeles is in a desert. Like, it's a very odd. It's not quite as weird as Vegas, which is just slap dab right there. How come they can't figure out a way to use ocean water to fight fires?
Because you pour salt on the earth and you won't be able to grow anything.
Good point.
They do use it.
Can't we desalinate? Isn't there such a thing as desalination?
Get
a big filter.
Those planes scoop up salt water. I mean, that's the closest place to get water.
But if it's a big enough fire, then it evaporates before it really does any good.
Yeah, and what about steam? Why is it red? That stuff is just like a.
Maybe they add fire retardant to
as
it.
a warning.
Some of those planes that have been dropping the water, though. I mean, they have those pilots, mad props, and they've been impressive. The videos of them coming super low in those big planes.
No, I don't like them.
Yeah, well, Autumn's she's anti-pilot. She has
anti-pilot.
She had a bad.
I'm not
experience.
pro-pilot.
She had a bad experience because she'd seen a lot of movies and she thought that this guy was going to be a certain way, and he turned out to be, rather. He just didn't take charge, and so she turned off. She turned off. She's like, "You're a pilot. You're supposed to take charge."
He kept trying to put my phone on airplane mode.
Yeah, that's not.
Well, Autumn, you are now looking at my naked body.
It can interfere with radio signals.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
When they're trying to conversate with each other up in that tower,
but
they can't hear nothing.
Here's the thing: with all the cell phones, and you have to assume that a lot of people are not switching into airplane mode.
We haven't had one plane crash that has been blamed on that.
Once you get above like 20,000 feet, you lose cell phone service. But once you're below
you're above 20,000 feet in the first 3 minutes of the flight. That's the first thing you do is
like
climb.
It's seeking out a signal,
right?
And so that's where it can interfere with some of the.
But how come
they need to
How
keep.
come it never has then? This is my question.
I think it probably has.
I'm telling you,
I will always do it. I will always do it just because better safe than sorry.
They are trying to prevent people from having telephone conversations in their seats.
That's not true, Jared. I talked to a pilot about it.
Yes,
and I worked for the airlines.
Okay, but where's the proof? Where's the proof that it actually scrambles?
Let me get Reed on the phone. Hold on a second.
Reed.
He's a Delta pilot.
He's the worst pilot.
This is Reed speaking.
Reed, tell him what you told me about airplane mode.
Well, I don't really remember what I told you about airplane mode, but I will tell you this. I went to
was
Google.
Undressing you with my eyes mentally.
All right. Well, it's really not what Jared is talking about, if that potentially gets me back in your bedroom. No plane crash has been directly attributed to a passenger using a phone, but there is a potential risk. That's why we ask everybody to turn it off.
And I'm always going to turn it off because why not?
Flight attendants prepare the cabin for takeoff.
I'm the singing stewardess, and I'm gonna sing to you about
All right,
your
get her off the plane. Get her
about
off.
your seatbelt.
There's a reason, Reed, why you didn't stay with Autumn. There's a
Your
reason.
chair's a flotation device. Your chair is a flotation device. Put the mask on yourself before you help your friend.
It was a rocky landing.
After 7.5 hours in the air from Spain to JFK, when we got to JFK, there was a delay that must have been 45 minutes. We were, when you're standing and you're unbuckled and you're just waiting. 45 minutes. The first thing they come on, they explain, well, we have some new people. They have to drive that jet bridge over the, is that what's called, jet bridge?
Jet bridge.
Okay. So the first
gate
thing
agent is the person that drives the jet bridge.
The lady gets on and says, well, we got some, they have some new employees. They're not real used to this. And so it's going to take a little bit of time. I thought, okay. It's like,
it's not easy.
Literally took
I can tell you.
45 minutes. Like there was some kind of like Jerry Lewis orderly like guy on his first day of the job that could not get the jet bridge connected to the.
So some of them, Eric, when you would move those jet bridges, you would have to go in a specific order. You would have to go like right, left, right, back, and then over to the door.
At what point do you knock the trainee out and say, okay, they've been standing for 20 minutes. I'll tell you what, we'll do some test runs.
We'll get the flow in there.
It doesn't matter. Oh, there's a heart attack on board? Listen, this guy's got to learn.
He's got to learn. Literally like 45 minutes. And everybody was cool. You hear these stories about, and that's one of the reasons I don't really enjoy it, because I see all these stories about, the idiots in the planes and, they cause trouble and fights happen. But really, when you think of the thousands of planes that take off and land every day in the world, it's very, very rare. We hear about them.
That's what I've been saying.
And I was thinking about it. I was thinking about why. And I think the reason why is that when you're on a plane, no matter how comfortable everybody is with it, in the back of everybody's mind, there's like, well,
maybe.
There's always, right? And I think that keeps people. I think that keeps people in their manners. I really do. If there was no risk whatsoever, no one had ever died from a plane crash in the history of the world, I think you'd have a lot more unruly behavior, because people stood there for 45 minutes and no one cracked. No one cracked. Now, when I was on Frontier and we had to sit on the tarmac, now that's a whole different. That's a city bus in the sky. So when we were sitting on the tarmac for about an hour, things got a little rough on Frontier. But if you're on
one of the legacy carriers,
let's say a legacy carrier. By the way, the carriers like Frontier do great work getting people to and from places if they don't mind being uncomfortable. And there's a market for that. And I think that's a great, unless they want to spend money here at WSB, then I will change in a moment and say, best airline in the world. Just got to pay me. That's all. But for right now. But, some people. So I guess if you're on one of the legacy airlines, that's what I'm saying, is that people kind of behave themselves. Now, we were on that tarmac for an hour, and this guy, I was standing up, he's right next to me. I would not respond at all. He just kept saying, we have rights, And he kept saying, the Biden-Harris administration last October, they passed a law that said we all have to be repaid, refunded.
Who's with me?
And then like everybody's like, nobody wants to jump in, nobody wants to. And then he'd find another reason, like another minute.
Biden, he always kept saying, Biden-Harris. The Biden-Harris administration, they passed this law. I just had if I had a hoodie on, it would have been up and over. But it's like, I'm not here.
On air,
Online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Thank you, Jesus. The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K Day Bonus Blitz
On 95.5 WSB.
Belinda here for Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm here to introduce you to a new procedure that Dr. Ashraf is performing called laser optics. This changed my life, folks. I was so tired of wearing contacts and glasses. The glasses were not around when I needed them. I had astigmatism, so the contacts didn't fit me well, and I had beginning stages of cataracts. So I went in. I was a great candidate for laser optics. It was a quick, painless procedure. The next day, it was like everything was in HD. The colors were more vibrant. The leaves were more vibrant. The sky was more vibrant. My husband was better looking. Everything was great. Laser optics with Dr. Ashraf, Atlanta Vision Institute. Go to the website 2020atlanta.com to find out more information. Also, take the quiz to see if this is a procedure that's good for you. Your medical insurance may cover it. That's 2020atlanta.com.
At Coosa Valley Credit Union, we're committed to offering our members the most competitive interest rates in the market. Now, auto loan rates are as low as 3.99%. This is Andy Harris. Come see us for lower rates and kinder banking at Coosa Valley Credit Union.
Equal Opportunity Lender.
Christina Edwards here. If your home is like mine, it is built on our famous Georgia red clay, which absorbs moisture and is very slow to dry out. It can cause a drainage issue in your crawl space, potentially growing mold and producing that musty smell. But call my friends at American Crawl Space Solutions. They will walk you through the issue and only suggest the repairs you need to solve the problem. Visit AmericanCrawlSpaceSolutions.com to schedule your free in-home consultation.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Maximize every space in your home and get organized with Artisan Custom Closets. From master closets to pantries, mudrooms, and garages, Artisan will collaborate with you to design an affordable and luxurious space tailored to your needs. Visit artisancustomclosets.com.
It's just not normal, friends. The pain caused from chronic joint pain day after day. But some of you have dealt with that pain for so long, it's become your new normal. Short-term fixes not working. Make the decision now to say, no, not going to live with that. It's Mark Aaron back with you. Get moving again in 2025 with help from my friends at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, joint preservation. Yes, you can revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No steroids, no drugs, no surgery. This is the future of medicine using an array of natural solutions like PRP to attack the pain from arthritis. I want you to call QC Kinetics right now for a free consultation. Deal with joint pain now so you can make the most of the new year. Call QC Kinetics, friends, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
You know, I usually have CNN on, but what's interesting to see, so this is the game that's played. I was just telling you about that. The LA fires are not about climate change. Even if climate change is everything that the most extreme climate change believer believes, it's still not about climate change. It's about years and years of bad governance on many different levels. And what the CNNs are doing, they just never change their game. So what they do is they go and get the most extreme, crazy conspiracy theorist. So they say, as wildfires spread, misinformation does too. And at CNN, the bigger problem here is not LA burning to the ground. It's that there's misinformation online. And what they do is they'll put up things that 90% of the audience watching has never heard because they're not online. And most of these conspiracy theories have a very small group of people that even believe in them. So what CNN is doing is actually propagating these theories because most people, it'll be the first time they've even been exposed to them. But they'll take I think it's aliens with a land grab or, some kind of, they get the craziest people. And the game is to make you go, well, I don't want to be one of those people. So I guess, you know what? I just won't question anything. This is the same playbook that won them the last election. Oh, no, I guess it didn't. But the same playbook.
And trust us because Facebook is now getting rid of their fact checkers.
CNN, the worst thing that's going on right now is that Los Angeles is burning to the ground. Not that people are having odd conversations about why it's happening. The fires weren't 2 weeks ago and we aren't reflecting. No, there's still, winds are picking up, still going on. CNN, listen up. The real devastating problem here is that Los Angeles is burning to the ground. Not that Mark Zuckerberg isn't fact-checking people online. You're a little off the rails there. Hey, CNN, if we worked it out and regulated it so that no conspiracy theorists could say anything that you didn't like about the fires, Los Angeles would still be burning to the ground.
Unhinged.
You will have solved nothing.
Unhinged Atlanta radio host won't listen to us.
Yes.
Continues feeding conspiracy theories.
I think a good thing would be to stop Los Angeles from burning to the ground. So this is going to be the whole thing. Is because there's always going to be people in the middle, and the moment they start to question the authorities, question the politicians, then it's like, well, I don't want to be like I don't want to be like that Alex Jones. I don't want to be, it's a cool little tactic. As we saw in the last election, it doesn't always work, but it probably does work. It at least kind of keeps people from asking questions. And by the way, in the United States of America, you're right, CNN, asking questions of our elected officials, that's bizarre. Like, you just have to be off the reservation if you don't understand that your politicians are just doing the best doggone job.
They're always looking out for us.
Yeah. I mean, L.A. is being run very competently. They just it's just out of their hands. Oops. Just one of those things, Eric. You notice that about legacy media. Anybody who questions any authority is immediately a weirdo. He's strange. Doesn't he understand that the governor and the mayor are working as hard as they can to protect them? Well, look around. It's not working. That means they're failing. At some point, can we say that they're failing at their job? Were they elected to burn Los Angeles to the ground? I don't think so. So that would be a failure.
If Topeka were burning to the ground, yes, it would be a failure.
Yes.
But Los Angeles, no.
Well run by well-intentioned people, by the way. Well, I don't go online, and I'm not on any social media. And I've come to the conclusion that this is the result of very bad governance.
How can you reach a conclusion without social media to guide you?
It's interesting. I just read a lot.
Oh.
From different perspectives, different publications. And then I have life experience.
You mean like
paper? And I
paper?
kind of add all that together, and well, not a paper. I'm not a Luddite.
Cool. All right, don't touch paper.
Luddite, for heaven's sakes.
Thank you.
You can get news from all over the world. I even read news that I'm told I'm not supposed to from time to time.
Whoa.
I know. I'm only 60 years old. I probably can't handle it.
Been reading the RT again?
Yeah, I would never be able to read something from a source from Russia or China and be able to actually digest it and understand what propaganda. I'm merely 60 years old, so probably the government should just keep it from me, because I can't trust myself. I mean, anything Vladimir Putin says, I'm just be like, oh yes, sir, you must be right. We live in idiotic times, is what I'm saying to you. Is somebody's phone ringer going off, or is that music?
That is music. I wonder how many similarities.
Sounds like a snooze bar. The snooze button went off. Yes.
I wonder how many similarities we're going to find once these fires are finally put out between Los Angeles and Maui from a couple of years ago.
Well, I don't
Sounds
know.
like a lot of similar, like with a lot of water issues and
the space lasers.
If you have a city in the middle of the desert, priority number, and in a fire zone, priority number one as a government, always have plenty of water on hand. Once that's taken care of, you can take care of the cultural issues.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
It's just not normal, friends. The pain caused from chronic joint pain day after day. But some of you have dealt with that pain for so long, it's become your new normal. Short-term fixes not working. Make the decision now to say, no, not going to live with that. It's Mark Aaron back with you. Get moving again in 2025 with help from my friends at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, joint preservation. Yes, you can revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No steroids, no drugs, no surgery. This is the future of medicine, using an array of natural solutions like PRP to attack the pain from arthritis. I want you to call QC Kinetics right now for a free consultation. Deal with joint pain now so you can make the most of the new year. Call QC Kinetics, friends, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story, Alpharetta-based Colonial Pipeline investigates a possible gasoline leak in Paulding County. This is part of the nation's largest gasoline pipeline, stretching from Texas to New Jersey. It transports about 1.5 million barrels of gasoline every day. Gasoline analyst Patrick DeHaan says this shutdown most likely will not have any impact on gas prices.
It's not going to be a pricing event at all. The one factor that you'd look at in terms of how it could impact gas prices, if refineries that actually produce that gasoline become impacted, then we could be talking about a pricing event.
Bloomberg reports the shutdown is expected to last about 12 hours. It is 49 degrees in Atlanta. Cold again tonight before we warm up into the low 50s again tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Happening now in Brookhaven, crews working to repair a big water main break. WSB's Steve Summers reports live. It's impacting homes and businesses in the area.
Bill, for such a small stretch of road, only one block, there's an awful lot of people involved here. DeKalb Watershed Management crews, as you can probably hear behind me, working on replacing a 30-inch water main. Claremont, between Dresden and Bragg, where I can see this new pipe sitting on a trailer and a deep hole in the pavement next to it. Officials say the break has about 100 homes and some restaurants with no or low water pressure. Dan Bogla with Atlantic Vintage Books says she's hoping for a few customers today.
We're here working. We always have plenty of work to do, but we're here. We've already been closed for the snow this week.
Another looming headache is the afternoon rush because Claremont is a much-used thoroughfare. Traffic being detoured here, so expect delays. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
And while we're on the subject of infrastructure, Governor Kemp announcing today plans to pump money into major infrastructure improvements in Georgia.
I will be proposing another infusion of $250 million into the Georgia Environmental Finance Authority Fund to support the development of water, wastewater, and solid waste infrastructure projects.
Another $250 million will go toward road construction grants, and $530 million will go to freight and logistics improvements. With the college football championship game and King Day holiday coming up Monday in Atlanta, plans are in place to keep all the festivities safe.
Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum says every Atlanta police officer will be on the job in the days ahead. They're also setting up bollards and blockades where necessary to prevent a terrorist attack like what happened in New Orleans. But he says people need to reach out if they see something suspicious.
If you see a posting on social media of someone that is threatening harm, you have a duty, an obligation as a citizen to report that to law enforcement.
Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens says they've been gearing up for over a year.
We will not rest until all of our residents and visitors leave safe.
At Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A man is sentenced to life in prison in DeKalb County in a deadly landlord dispute.
34-year-old Danny Hunter is convicted of murdering one of his father's tenants after the jury rejects his claim of self-defense. In 2021, Katisha Cardell and her fiancé were in an ongoing dispute with their landlord, whom they believed had shut off their utilities and might have been behind some unusual bank charges. As the couple spoke to the landlord outside his home, Hunter went inside, came out with a revolver, and fatally shot Cardell in the back of the neck. Her fiancé wasn't hit and got away. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
President-elect Trump's pick for defense secretary is grilled on Capitol Hill.
Mr. Haig said, I do not believe that you are qualified to meet the overwhelming demands of this job.
Senator Jack Reed questioning former Fox News commentator Pete Hegseth, who's faced allegations of sexual misconduct and drinking.
When President Trump chose me for this position, the primary charge he gave me was to bring the warrior culture back to the Department of Defense.
His appearance before the Senate Armed Services Committee is the first in a series of hearings this week. It is now 4:04, and the Von Haessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Good afternoon, Bill. Not good on 285 as you make your way into Cobb County on the outer loop. Stalled Big Rig Hero on scene. Center lane knocked out. 285 west or southbound the outer loop at Cobb Parkway. That is why you're extra slow back into the Dunwoody area. 285 east and southbound brake lights filling in Doraville from Buford Highway as you head down to Highway 78. And on the south side, 285 west, the inner loop jammed up from I-75 over to I-85. Earlier trouble, 85 south in Union City around Flat Shoals. Exit 66 has cleared out of the roadway. How's the slow ride through downtown? Andrew Seco, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
Seen those brake lights anywhere you're trying to go, Alex? Connector North, 75-85. We're jammed from East Boone all the way up through Midtown. Southbound, our delays start just south of 400 on 85, feeling the pinch into Brookhaven, and still dealing with trouble near Chamblee. Water main break, Claremont Road near Dresden Drive. Going to be tough until they clear that up, so avoid the area and take Buford Highway. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Clear and cold for tonight as temperatures fall to the upper 20s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 51. Sunshine on Thursday, morning low 28, afternoon high 52.
46 in Roswell, 54 in Covington, and 49 in Decatur. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Why do you think I'd want to read that? By the way, it's hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine, and it begins right now. Jared just told me that his school wrote a great article about him. Did they expose you as the jerk that you really are behind the scenes?
They had a whole paragraph about how much of a jerk I was.
Did they praise you to the high heavens?
You be the judge of it. I'll send it to you.
He's ours. He's West Georgia's own. Jared Yamamoto.
Only the best go west.
The Wolf.
Simply the best.
So what, is it in the school newspaper?
No, so this was on...
was it in the AJC?
Their main website, so West Georgia's website.
Oh, so you're like...
WestGeorgia.edu.
Who are the famous people besides yourself that are graduates? And by the way, Lil Nas X doesn't count. He did not graduate. He just went there.
Elle Duncan over at ESPN.
Okay.
We're kind of in the same space. My buddy...
I know that name. I don't know the person.
So she...
I know. I've heard of her.
Yeah, she does a lot
Somewhat just the little kind of scandals that go around. Like she's got people who don't like her or something for some reason.
She kind
Is
of...
it cultural?
She
I don't
can
know.
get cultural sometimes, but for the most part...
That's what we want out of our sports reporters.
When she sticks with the actual like sports take, she's really good about giving her analysis.
But that's not
on
enough
that.
for me. I want my sports reporters. I want to know, what they think about bathroom policies.
I didn't understand what you meant by cultural.
Yeah, that's right. Cultural.
Like I didn't know if she was like kind of being like a little racist or something.
No. The other way. Warrior.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's what I understand. I don't know because I would not recognize the person if they walked in. I've just heard the name. ESPN?
Yeah, she's over at ESPN.
Okay, so you got that, and you got then
our former intern, Daryl Forges. He's now doing the morning news for New Orleans.
Yeah. Okay, and then
doing
you're producing
Well,
the Von Hessler
hello
Doctrine.
there. We're going to get the news down here in New Orleans.
He's got the Creole news thing going on.
I
That's
used
good.
to be an intern over there for that Eric Von
But do you have like a Bob Costas? Do you have a
I would say
an
Al is probably
Michaels?
Al is probably our biggest
So
one.
you're young kids in the industry coming on is what's happening.
That's right. And over the last
West
couple
Georgia
of years,
is the new Syracuse University when it comes to media and broadcasting.
they've changed it. It used to be the School of Mass Communications and Journalism, and now they have it used to be the Department of Mass Communications and Journalism, and now it's an entire school where they have.
And yet, would you ever advise someone at the age of 18 to get a journalism degree in 2024?
I would say if you have the right intentions, if you have the right intentions and you're willing to work every aspect of the business. So, like, with my background,
in other words, just get the degree and then go do what you have to do.
Well, with my background, like,
you get a job
you have to be willing to do
anything.
That's right.
Anything.
Wink. Take care of
every aspect.
How do you think Jared got his job?
The 3 Ps.
The host is always very pleased.
That's why you got that couch.
That was the 4th P. You being pleased.
Yes. Are there 3 Ps?
Mine was always production, promotion, and I can't remember what I said for writing.
PPs.
Yeah.
and take a tinkle when you need to.
Well, I dropped out of the 9th grade, and I never went to college for anything. So I did go to college.
Think about
for
how
a few
great
years.
you would
I
have
actually did. Yeah, how much better of a broadcaster if I would have gone to media broadcast. I'd never learned it. That's my problem.
I think it would be interesting if you took some like philosophy or something. Like if you got a degree in something that you may not use.
Yeah.
But...
No, but I do. I mean, I read philosophy. They're available. You can go to
I'm not
Barnes and
saying
Noble.
read
Every
it
philosopher is
what's a Barnes
available.
And Noble?
And then you can also get books that actually teach you about what that expand on. Listen, I think people should graduate. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to come off as some kind of idiot. I'm just saying that I've kind of always been a little bit wary of communications schools because I know so many people who just drove the van until they got a show.
Well, West Georgia was much more.
I know radio's not like that anymore, but it was for a while.
Yeah, I mean, West Georgia is much more than just like a place to get your communications degree. There's a lot of different degrees you can get from that school.
Jerry Yamamoto shows it is a home.
We're a family.
And Jared
That's right, we're a
Yamamoto shows
family.
up once a year and gives you a little lecture.
Twice? I usually
Talks
go
to
for
you
home-
about the 3 Ps. You forgot one of them. You still got 2 of them.
Is that part of the speech?
Look, I can't remember the.
Really,
there
the
were
important thing is that with your
productivity and placement, is that one of them?
whether you're doing the TV background, the web background, radio background, you got to know your production, you got to know your writing, and
And you
got to
be
know how
a
to promote,
and you got to
too.
be a functional alcoholic. You got to show up, man. You
You got to
can't.
know your production. You
That's
got to
right.
know your people.
That's right.
You got to know
You gotta go
how to
places.
pursue things.
Places. Pursuing places.
See, this is good. I
There's a
get
lot
you.
of P's involved if you want to make it in this
That's right.
industry.
You got to be a
Pleasure.
perpetual learner.
That's right. PL. That's a PL.
PL.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the hyphen, but it's fine.
Did you provide this photo of yourself in the studio, or did they just grab that?
That was grabbed from my Instagram.
Uh-huh. Well, you look good in the picture.
Thank you.
Let me see the sub-headline is. Amplifying Voices. Jared Yamamoto. 12 talk.
That's the class of 12.
Class of 12.
See, that's why I went to college.
Talks radio from UWG to Atlanta. Oh, so was this an interview?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they wrote an article about you.
They did.
This is an interview with you.
But
Well, of course, they're
What?
going to say, he's married and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, it's an interview, basically. Jared Yamamoto always knew he'd work in radio. He just never imagined it would happen before he had a degree to hang on the wall. Oh, so you're telling them that you guys didn't do anything for me. I was in radio before I even got a degree.
I technically was. I got hired before I graduated.
This is what I thought I was going to read. I thought it was going to go, Jared Yamamoto always knew he'd work in radio. He just never imagined it would be with the greatest broadcaster in the history of the medium. Who could have known that? All right, let's. What is Tim's got a tummy ache?
Yeah, he's got a little tummy
All right,
issue. You'll
all
study
right.
surveys, polls.
That's
All right.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's going around or something.
Yeah, it's going around.
I was sick last night.
My tummy didn't feel good, but I gotta, I was gonna go down. Now he's down, so I gotta stay up. So let's do this.
It's time for studies, surveys, and polls on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Woo! Yeah, that was a good one.
There we go.
Hey, I'm feeling it today, man. I could do studies. I could do surveys. I could do polls until the cows come home.
Wow.
And you know that's really, really late.
Cows are always partying.
Yeah, they don't get into like 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
My understanding.
You want some milk and hips?
They party too much, these cows. They need a curfew as far as I'm concerned, but you get
really
it.
do.
You get the idea.
Causing trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wonder if you fall into this category for this first poll from one poll.
If I fall into a poll,
if you fall into this poll,
if I fall into this poll, I want you to know that it's just an experimental phase. We figure out a way. We figure out a way to get that poll joke in every week. That's why we're known as the best.
that's why we're great.
That's right.
That's why we're number 69.
That's right. On purpose.
Autumn, I feel like this applies to you here. This is
Why?
from
Because
one
it's
poll.
about doing dishes?
Yeah, 'cause
no,
she's a girl.
no, it says
'Cause she's a woman.
The average American.
Because she's a unmarried,
With your
middle-aged
ovaries?
woman with her
because
ovaries and her tears.
You are the average
Her
American.
tears full of
That's the name of
brine.
my book, Ovaries and Tears.
It says here,
Yes.
according to one poll, that the average American has only 4 good pairs of underwear in their rotation. I feel like Autumn, you're in that category.
Why? Why would you think that
I'm
Autumn
just saying.
only has?
I
You're
just-
saying
I have
that
so
she's
many
You're like a
Are you
forager.
saying that
No,
she's
you're
a
like
dirty girl?
No, she's like a forager, more natural. Like I could see that. You
Being
probably
more natural
I
doesn't
feel
mean you
like
don't buy underwear.
You feel like it would be bad for the environment to have extra pairs of underwear. I don't know. I just see you in that category, Autumn.
Oh, well, I
I-
don't think you know me at all.
I think of her as being rather hygienic.
I
Am
have
I wrong?
many underwear, and sometimes I change them twice a day.
Are they? Well, that's because you're active. Are you have any granny panties around?
Well, so I've found a way to have both granny panty and like cute look in your butt.
Yeah.
Because when you have the granny panty, it's just like a big diaper back there, and it's
Yeah.
like not cute when you
Yeah,
take your pants off.
yeah.
But now I have like high waisted, but like cheeky.
Oh, I see.
But not like boy short, but like up.
What if it's like granny panties, but it's got the word juicy on the back or something?
Oh yeah,
Wow, bringing back the early 2000s.
juicy granny.
Juicy.
Juicy granny.
Yeah.
So-
I might be old, but I'm still flowing.
And by the way, I hope that that's not true. You know what? My underwear drawer is like a department store. Like I would say that I have
Like different
easily, I mean, they're all folded, and I would say I easily probably have 30 pair of
I think I might also. I might have a lot.
That's a lot.
I got 5.
That's all you need.
That's you would be on trend.
I
the weekends just go casual.
It says again on average, good pairs, 4 good pairs of underwear in the
Well, it's
rotation.
a good pair. You throw them away if they're not good anymore.
Now listen, if you're talking about bras, I got like 2.
Oh, see,
yeah, but that's not hygiene. That's not. That's just
I mean,
your
sometimes
skin.
like the parts that are connected closer to my armpits,
Yeah.
they stink. And I gotta
Yeah,
wash 'em.
well, you're a stinky broad. What can I say?
You're the average amount of, according to one poll here, it says, and you should keep track of this at home. You should have little tallies.
Yes.
Your underwear should have an average of about 274 wears before you throw it out.
Of course, we're always counting.
Yeah, what kind of OCD?
Yeah.
57. 57. This is good. This is a good one.
Put a little hatch mark
They're
on them.
broken in, but they're not. Alex Williams says there's a big rig stalled on 285 in Cobb.
That is where it is, Eric, and it is in a couple of right lanes now. Big rig tow truck on the scene, 285 west or south, the outer loop, right at I-75, or just past I-75, really, at Cobb Parkway, exit 19. As they hold those 3 right lanes, that's got you tough on the brake lights, already back past or before Chamblee. Dunwoody, it's also slowing 75 south through Marietta, now down on the south side by the airport. Trouble in the right lane, 285 westbound, the inner loop right at I-85, and that has really added to the delays stretching back to I-75 in Clayton County. How is I-85 into Gwinnett County? Andrew Seco, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Looking a little slow heading north into Norcross, Alex. That volume jamming up just a bit. 85 northbound. Your top of the brakes from Chamblee Tucker Road up to Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. Looking fine on 400 with a little stoppage through Sandy Springs up at Roswell. And we are seeing the brake lights through Alpharetta with a little bit of a slow point here northbound at Windward Parkway. That's exit 11. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
If it's happening on the streets of Atlanta.
U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Georgia announces his resignation.
If it's happening on the roads leading to Atlanta.
Some brake lights out of Cobb County, I-20 eastbound.
We've got it covered.
The U.S. Surgeon General is warning about a link between alcohol and cancer.
Your 24/7 news source.
Covering the stories that impact you.
Tune in throughout the day to stay up to date.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Start fresh this year. Take better care of your HVAC system and save money. Dave Baker here. Do you know starting at just $16.99 a month, a Coolray maintenance plan will keep your system running smoothly all year long? But if it's time for a new system, Coolray can install a new Carrier home comfort system that comes with a lifetime parts and labor warranty, which means $0 in repair costs for the life of your system. But what if the new year means tackling other household issues like plumbing or electrical? Coolray can help you there too. Mr. Plumber and Brightbox Electrical are both part of the Coolray family. So if your home to-do list includes things like dealing with slow drains, installing new faucets, upgrading your electrical system, or wiring those brand new smart devices, Coolray can help. So whether it's heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, simply schedule your appointment at Coolray.com. No busy signals, no waiting on hold. You pick the time of day that works best for you. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ooh, up top, bike shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years!
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five!
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
It's Eric. Are you thinking of adding value to your house, or just you want more convenience and more comfort in your kitchen? Frugal Kitchens can get you one of those $1 million home kitchens at a fraction of the cost. They want to talk to you about how you can go through their process, get your new dream kitchen up and going, and you can be cooking in 5 days from the start of construction and get 18 months, no interest financing available. It's what Christy and I have done. Life happens in your kitchen, and Frugal Kitchens can put you in a great one. FrugalKitchens.com.
I believe, point of order, we are amidst studies, surveys, and polls. Any new business, Jared Yamamoto, in the studies, surveys, and polls?
I got a study here. This is interesting.
Oh, you got a study, do you?
This
you
is
don't have to brag.
About the male libido. And it gets an astonishing
There
boost.
goes the W. Von Hassler Doctrine. Always got their heads in the wrong.
What has happened to my WSB?
Oh, the libido. The libido. The most unsexy word in the world. Libido. Got a low libido. Got a high libido. Guys, is your libido in trouble?
I got a juice that'll fix you.
We'll get you going right here in the office,
right.
before you leave.
Have a
You'll get
swig.
arrested on the way home. It's our guarantee.
This
You
is-
won't be able to control yourself. You'll be running through apartment complexes.
This is new research from Tianjin Medical University
Tianjin.
in northern China.
China.
That's right.
Trump. That.
Fake news. That is
Well,
fake
you
news.
might appreciate this here, Trump.
I don't need it.
Is it another good reason to go to war with them? Because that's all I have ears for.
It may actually distract people away from war because it says
that's
here
what they want. It's commies.
this new research says the male libido gets an astonishing boost from this beloved childhood beverage. And he guesses.
Xi Jinping. No.
Yoo-hoo.
No.
Tang.
No.
Oh, a Tang. That
No.
was a good
the
one.
best
No,
one.
Tang was a
George?
good one.
Chocolate milk.
Ovaltine.
No.
Oh, hold on. Wait, this is a childhood thing?
Yes.
Milk.
Grape juice.
Oh, I thought
Grape
I went right
juice.
to the source.
Beloved.
Oh no, grape juice. I think I read something about this myself, actually. So grape juice makes you, you don't need the doctors. You don't need the.
That's right.
When those commercials play, you're just like, I don't need that. I got my grape juice.
No, come on in. You get a shot of Welch's. 20 grand.
So why? Does anybody know why?
It says that it's got. I'm gonna.
I think I saw this and I put it in the bin for Dr. Joe tomorrow because I thought maybe he would be able to.
Well, it has
explain.
in
Yeah,
it.
so what's in grape juice?
It says it has many phenolic compounds and non-flavonoid compounds with health benefits.
Flavonoid.
Non-flavonoid. Excuse me.
Flavonoid.
Flavonoid.
You say flavonoid.
I say flavonoid. Let's call the whole thing off. So, okay, well, keep drinking your
And
grape juice. I like
red
grape juice. We used to call it bug juice when I was in the Scouts.
It says here red grape
Let's
juice.
sit in the tent and just drink it all day.
Yep.
Oh, I can get enough.
And hold your pee because you wouldn't go to the
Then we
bathroom.
go over and we can do our...
No, his pee was fine. It was the other one.
Oh, it was the poop.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you're
Not
referencing things that people have no idea what the hell you're talking
Hey, if
about.
they're listeners, they know.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a bee in there, and you didn't like it.
It was a wasp.
Like a bee.
This
Very
thing it can help your
I
ED
went to
too.
summer camp Kayakima for 1 week
Camp
at the age of 11 and did not go number 2
Was
the
camp
entire
spelled with a
week.
K?
Yes. No, it was not.
There's 3.
I think it probably no, it wasn't. It wasn't because it was in Arkansas. That would be wrong. It was somewhere in Arkansas.
That poor Dairy Queen.
You went to
I
Knocked
did.
her out of business.
Well, I lived in Memphis at the time. I lived in Bartlett, Tennessee.
Oh, is that close to Arkansas?
Memphis,
Yes, right on
is
the border.
right on the border of Mississippi and Arkansas. You can go to. There's a West Memphis, Arkansas, and Tupelo, Mississippi, where Elvis Presley was born, is just a mere few miles south of Memphis.
Stone's throw.
Memphis is basically right on the border of Mississippi and Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Hey, how many radio shows delight you, give you information about studies, surveys, and polls, and you learn some geography along the way.
Oh my God, I'm looking at their website.
Who?
The Chickasaw.org.
Is that the Camp Kayakima? They still around?
KIA, new word KIMA. So I would have said like Kia Kima.
I could be wrong.
Because of Kia.
Right.
That's all.
I remember back then saying Kaya Kima. It was the worst week of my life. It wasn't their fault. I wasn't built for summer camp.
You can go there. You can celebrating 107 years of adventure. In the
one of those
Ozarks.
years I was miserable for 6 weeks or something.
You should write a review. I went there once.
You were like the kid at my summer camp who dropped his wallet in the latrine.
Oh
no!
And someone had to go in and get it.
I had no wallet back then. I don't even think I had a wallet.
You just carried it in your front
I
pocket.
don't, but I don't think I had a wallet.
I think you should go back, reclaim that memory. Go have 2 weeks out there again.
Go to the bathroom out there.
Go to the bathroom out there, and you make that bathroom. You know what?
I own you now.
Tell that wasp what's
Alex Williams says there are issues on 285 around the airport.
There are, Eric, a mess just like it was yesterday. First, we've been dealing with right lane trouble, 285 westbound, the inner loop at I-85 right near the airport, coming through those airport tunnels. That's why you're stacked up leaving I-75. That has been blocking the right lane. Luckily, a tow truck is on scene there, but you can use Forest Parkway over to Godby Road if you would like to avoid that, heading over to I-85 to head to the south side. We've also had trouble, just moved off to the right, though, 285 southbound, the outer loop at Camp Creek Parkway, exit number 2, while 285 south, the inner loop into Cab County. It's all brake lights starting in Doraville from Buford Highway down into Clarkston. Trouble on 285 in Cobb County, Andrew Seco.
Trouble indeed. Seen the brake lights building. Travel advisory with these right lanes knocked out. Big rig stall. 285 south on the outer loop at Cobb Parkway, exit 19. Delays all the way back into Doraville. You may want to use I-75 as a quick fast track to dodge those delays. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Belinda Skelton here with Dr. Ashraf with the Atlanta Vision Institute, and I'm a proud recipient of the laser optics procedure because it literally changed my life. I went from wearing glasses and contacts and not being able to see leaves on trees clearly, being tired when I read books at night, tired when I worked on the computer for long hours at a time. And I know that you hear a lot of this, Dr. Ashraf.
Yes, Belinda, I hear all these accolades all the time from patients. It is truly a life-changing procedure. This will not give you X-ray vision. However, if you want to get rid of the hassle of glasses and contacts and want to improve the quality of your life, this is a great procedure for you.
Go to 2020atlanta.com to find out more information. Take the quiz. See if this procedure is a good option for you. That website again is 2020atlanta.com. Your medical insurance may cover it.
Shane Company knows fine jewelry. That means a lot when you're looking for a dream engagement ring, a beautiful keepsake, or the perfect gift. Come see us in store and compare our wide selection of diamonds, rubies, and a rainbow of sapphires in different shapes and sizes. Create your dream engagement ring and browse our selection of fine jewelry gifts, from diamond studs, tennis bracelets, birthstone necklaces, and more. With our everyday competitive prices, an unmatched free lifetime warranty, Shane Company knows how to work with your budget, not against it. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Do you have cracked brick, concrete cracks, water leaks, or musty odors in your crawl space? There isn't a one-size-fits-all answer. AquaGuard's experts will help solve your problem. Go to aquaguard.net now and schedule a free inspection with AquaGuard.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2798. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you're seeing cracks in the walls upstairs, downstairs, or outside, maybe even a door not closing, call the Foundation Repair Specialist. Hi, it's Mark Beckham here with Atlanta Ramjack, and we are your leading foundation repair experts. Set up your free estimate right now at atlantaramjack.com.
At Coosa Valley Credit Union, we're committed to offering our members the most competitive interest rates in the market. Now, auto loan rates are as low as 3.99%. This is Andy Harris. Come see us for lower rates and kinder banking at Coosa Valley Credit Union.
Equal Opportunity Lender.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top story, protesters on Capitol Hill. A contentious hearing for President-elect Trump's nominee for Defense Secretary. Correspondent Stephen Portnoy reports allegations of public drunkenness and sexual assault. Dog Pete Hegseth.
The hearing featured the nominee casting himself as a victim of a coordinated smear campaign.
We saw anonymous source after anonymous source.
Pete Hegseth vowed to run a military that's apolitical.
Unlike the current administration, politics should play no part in military matters.
He came under sharp questioning from New York Democrat Kirsten Gillibrand for opposing women in combat roles.
Please explain these types of statements because they're brutal and they're mean.
I have never disparaged women serving in the military.
More hearings are coming up this week. Right now, 49 degrees in Atlanta. After the 20s again tomorrow morning. How much of a warm-up in the afternoon? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Part of the nation's largest gasoline pipeline is shut down due to a possible leak in Paulding County.
It's a pipeline that can carry 1 million barrels a day. This line 1 carries roughly 42 million gallons of product a day.
Patrick DeHaan with Gas Buddy says it most likely will not impact prices at the pump. Bloomberg reports the shutdown impacting Alpharetta-based Colonial Pipeline is expected to last about 12 hours. A Henry County teacher accused of sexual assault is now in custody. Rodney Freeman disappeared last month after the 17-year-old girl made the allegations against him. He's now behind bars in the Henry County Jail. Safety plans are now in place for the college football playoff championship game and Martin Luther King Day parade next Monday. Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum says they've been preparing for over a year now.
As we get into this weekend, we will go to 12-hour shifts and we will cancel off days. That means everyone in the Atlanta Police Department will be out working.
He also says they've been in contact with federal authorities in the aftermath of the New Orleans terror attack. Officials estimate around 100,000 people will be in the city for the big events this weekend. New details about the Texas man who plowed into a crowd on Bourbon Street in New Orleans on New Year's morning, killing 14 people. The FBI says at one point he was planning an attack during Mardi Gras. The suspect's internet search history included research on balcony access in the French Quarter. He was inspired by the German Christmas market attack in December. The FBI says the total number of identified victims in the New Orleans attack now tops 130. Hoping to reduce the number of frivolous lawsuits, Governor Kemp today outlines his plans to overhaul the state's litigation rules.
Speaking to business leaders and lawmakers, Governor Kemp telling the crowd at the annual Eggs and Issues breakfast that tort reform is his top legislative priority this year.
We will move forward with an open mind and work with all of you as a team, just like we have successfully done on so many tough issues.
Kemp says he plans to roll out a legislative package soon to address the matter, and it comes after he traveled the state holding town halls about it. Leaders in both chambers have signaled support for reform. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
The former executive director of a Carroll County nonprofit could go to jail after she's charged with stealing from the organization.
Police say Stacy Cook took money that was donated to the Casa Carroll County's Venmo account and redirected the funds to her personal Venmo. Jennifer King is the executive director of Georgia Casa.
We are disappointed by any events or individual actions that distract from the Casa mission.
Cook was fired and arrested after the investigation revealed at least $7,000 was taken. Casa is a national nonprofit that provides assistance to children who are in foster care after experiencing abuse and neglect. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
Princess Kate says her cancer is now in remission. She made the announcement in a statement posted on social media today. The Princess of Wales says it is a relief to now be in remission and adds she remains focused on recovery. Kate revealed her cancer diagnosis last year, not long after King Charles III also announced his own cancer battle. It is now 4:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team Traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Better news in Cobb County. Stahl moved off to the the right. That tractor trailer is now on the right shoulder, 285 southbound, the outer loop at Cobb Parkway, exit 19, but it's going to remain a slow ride as you make your way out of Dunwoody into Sandy Springs and Cobb County. Down by the airport, still got this right lane trouble, 285 westbound, the inner loop at I-85. You're jammed up leaving I-75. That's made 75 both north and southbound in Clayton County. Slow on those transition ramps to I-285. And traffic trooper Andrew spotted new trouble downtown. We see it on the jam cam. Crash in the HOV lane, 75-85 northbound at 17th Street. You slow before that, though, back to University Avenue. How was the ride on I-20? Andrew Seco, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Looking a little sluggish as you're coming out of Lithia Springs, Alex. 20 eastbound, you're on and off the brakes from Thornton Road all the way down to 285. You may want to use Highway 78 to dodge those delays. Looking okay inside the perimeter with a little stoppage either side as you're merging north and south on the downtown connector. And outbound into Stonecrest, you are slow 20 eastbound from Wesley Chapel Road to Panola Road, exit 71. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Clear and cold tonight as temperatures fall into the upper 20s tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny, high 51. Thursday, sunny skies, morning low 28, afternoon high 52.
49 in Johns Creek, 46 in Mableton, and 50 now in Stockbridge. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Christina Edwards here. If your home is like mine, it is built on our famous Georgia red clay, which absorbs moisture and is very slow to dry out. It can cause a drainage issue in your crawl space, potentially growing mold and producing that musty smell. But call my friends at American Crawl Space Solutions. They will walk you through the issue and only suggest the repairs you need to solve the problem. Visit AmericanCrawlSpaceSolutions.com to schedule your free in-home consultation.
American Crawl Space Solutions, foundations too.
Not everything in life comes with a guarantee, but with NG Turf, get premium local farm fresh sod right now that comes with a spring green up guarantee. Family owned and operated, NG Turf is the only grower to consider. Get your sod from a certified turf professional at ngturf.com.
Be the Younger You weight loss program is not just about a number on a scale. It's about feeling better. It's about looking better, and it's about being happier about how you look. This is Shelley Winter for Be the Younger You weight loss program. I feel younger. I'm going to live longer because I'm on this program. My body fat is down and my muscle mass is up, which is very healthy. Also, I just got a physical done. My labs are even better. Join Be the Younger You weight loss program right now by going to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com or call 770-415-3000. That's 770-415-3000. Be the Younger You Atlanta has allowed me to lose almost 35 pounds. BeTheYoungerYouATL.com or call 770-415-3000. Renew yourself by joining the Be the Younger You weight loss program.
Hey, Wes, do you have a little time? Because I haven't done word of the day yet. I need to get it on the table. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right.
Show.
Let's do that. Word of the day.
Gainsay.
You know, by the way, when you say sure, that makes me feel good. It's your show. It's like, I'm not believing the sure part. All right, so the word of the day is?
Gainsay.
Gainsay.
There's a lot of air in that
we
one.
Hear the
Gainsay.
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 Gainsay. It's a very breathy AI. I've heard this word before. I think we've all seen it. Maybe sometimes we see it, we think we know what it means, we just keep on going. But I bet you don't know what it means. Wes Moss, you're Mr. Smarty Pants. Do you know what gainsay means?
No.
All right. Deny or contradict a fact or statement. Speak against or oppose someone. To gainsay is to deny or contradict either a fact or a statement.
Gainsay.
And so the host of this show has to use that word
gainsay
in some sort of natural, organic way before 7 p.m. or else
the Gulf of America.
The Gulf of America will revert to the Gulf of Mexico. It's all on my shoulders. Let's do this.
What's the market doing? With Money Matters, Wes Moss.
There he is. Handsome fella.
Good afternoon and welcome. Rocking the glasses, too.
I know. He's got great guys. Listen, this dude has got a... You're probably not familiar with the story, The Portrait of Dorian Gray.
I'm not.
Right? Well, it's a famous story. Was it Edgar? No, it wasn't Edgar Allan Poe. Who wrote it? It's a famous story. Oliver Wilde? Was that guy's? Oscar Wilde.
Portrait of what?
Was it Oscar Wilde who wrote The Portrait of Dorian Gray? Anyway, he has a portrait, and it's in his closet or something, and the portrait ages But Dorian Gray himself never gets older. That's why I'm saying Wes Moss, I believe, has a portrait. Am I right? Was it Oscar Wilde?
Oscar Wilde.
Was it before or after he got locked up for the
Probably before.
For the naughtiness?
I think it's just because you see me regularly. If you see me like once a year, you'd be like, "Wow, he's getting old."
Oh, we'd notice.
Oh,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
Oh, the guy's getting
Please.
Oh, he's got
the guy's getting old.
He's got a 1/4-inch wrinkle just under his hairline.
Nothing, a little Botox.
It's happening.
It is a scar. I do have a scar.
Would you ever do that? You would never do Botox or something
No.
like that, would you?
You know,
I mean, you're a media figure, so you know.
No, it is interesting. I went to the dentist. This is maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I think it was for wisdom teeth. I got them out older, and you could just tell that the Botox rep had just been to my dentist. Like they were just in there with a briefcase.
Or you wish.
My dentist goes, "Gosh, you know, you're because we're looking at my wisdom teeth right before I was going to get them taken out." He's like, "And do you do a lot of clinching at night?"
Uh-oh.
You know that.
Yeah.
You always get the question. You have no idea. I'm typically asleep.
I'm asleep.
So I
don't know. Ask my wife.
Actively.
I said, "Do I have a lot of, or my teeth
is it grinding?
worn down?" And he goes, "Not really, but I can tell you do some grinding at night."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, why?" He's like, "Because you've got very developed masseter muscles."
I've noticed that.
Which makes your cheek look a little chipmunky. And so and he goes, "We can help with that." He goes, we can do Botox in your face muscle.
That's how they treat it.
I know, that's what I learned, and I was like, "You want me to do the botulism, whatever it's called, in my cheek muscle?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Sure," and then it'll atrophy, and you'll slim down.
And then
It's not the cheeks. It's down here, like the back of your jaw. That's your masseter.
Yeah,
well, right, but
it's back here.
It's, yeah.
And I do have I've got.
Here's the thing: you may be putting poison into your muscle, but people will stop calling you Alvin.
All right, so I go into. So I had not taken my wisdom teeth out.
Yes.
This is the pre-op.
Yeah.
And he refers me to the guy across. It's same floor.
Yeah, of course. Little kickback going on.
The oral
there.
surgeon. So I go in there, or maybe I don't know if it's endodontist, and I walk in.
Autumn was referred to that
again. I'm 100% normal.
Yes.
There's no issue with my wisdom teeth, except for on the X-ray. Oh, that's coming out, so you got to go. So I go in there, and she goes, name. She goes, "Oh, yeah, I do see you're a bit swollen."
I've never noticed anything.
And
like
I go,
this.
"Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I do
Yeah.
maybe I do have Alvin the Chipmunk cheeks." And I said, "No, I'm fine now. I'm wanting to get my."
Yeah. Well, listen.
I said no to the Botox in my cheeks. It's crazy.
I have never noticed anything like that.
Okay. I've gotten a caricature or maybe.
Oh, what? Like when you're at like Ocean City or something?
Or
Six Flags?
That wasn't in the park. It was somebody sent me one from The
Yeah.
Apprentice, some cartoonist.
And was
and
it
they
all
always do the big cheeks.
Yeah, well, their job is to take
It's common
your
to have
little,
them at weddings now, to have the caricatures artists.
That is the lamest thing I've ever heard.
I've seen a lot of them. You didn't have them.
I have a friend.
not.
I have a friend who does caricature work.
I'm not against
You
caricatures.
sound
Go
to
off.
me like
Sit on
you
a-
are, young lady.
Sit on a bridge where there's tourists
I mean,
and get your money, but don't hire one for your wedding.
It's pretty fascinating to see. It's cool to come in here and see Tim draw.
Yeah.
When you see someone
Just do it.
has
I'm
a talent like this, it's cool.
What do you like at
I'm
weddings?
too busy
Hey,
drinking and dancing at the wedding to get my.
Do you like that? Hey, would you like that photo booth where you put on wacky things and get your picture
Oh
taken?
yeah,
Yeah.
With like there's a stick
Yeah.
with a mustache on it.
We're
And
nuts.
there's all kinds.
I have a blow up saxophone.
There's all kinds of crowns and stuff you can put onto.
yeah.
I'm a
Oh,
princess.
Get out of my face.
I just did it in Spain.
Die.
I was drunk. I had a blast. Anyway. All right. Wes Moss, you are here because the year 2020, I don't know if you've noticed this since the last time you were here, we changed years.
We did change the calendar.
It is 2025, and you are a man of vision when it comes to the economy and such. So what's your outlook, my friend, for 2025? Are we all going to go broke? Are we all going to become millionaires or something in between?
Look, there's a lot of things wrong with the world.
Yeah.
So we know that. We also know that we have $36 trillion in debt. We
Yep.
know that, and that's climbing. And we have a debt to GDP ratio that is about 100%, which sounds pretty scary. It's not good. None of this is good.
Not ideal.
Well, or good. But there are a lot of there are always things that are not good, and there are things that are we're going to be hit with in any given year. You and I, we didn't meet during the pandemic. We got to know each other during the pandemic. I mean, that was a truly scary economic shutdown that nobody predicted, and it just hit the U.S. economy, and then it really shaped the last 4 years because we lived through the pandemic, and then one of your articles today, well, then we had hyperinflation. Then one of the articles that Jared sent today was that TGI Fridays just went out of business. And this is the biggest year for restaurants going out of business since 2020. So there's always all these scary things happening. And I don't deny any of them. They're very clear. And we've had 2 really good years in the stock market. Very good. Last year, the market, your 401k, if it's in an index fund, up a lot. 25%. So there has been this real resiliency about the U.S. consumer and the economy and the stock market, despite all of the really tough stuff like inflation, the Fed keeping rates up super high for a long period of time. The consumer stayed resilient. Unemployment's still down. It's 4.1%, which is super low. Mm-hmm. So my main theme for the outlook of 2025 is that we are a very resilient economy, no matter what gets thrown at us. We've got one of the coolest economic numbers that it's really hard to know how they exactly measure this, but we measure productivity growth in the United States. And the formula is pretty simple. It's output, so GDP, divided by hours worked. Well, how do you know what hours people are working? I mean, are you 40 hours? Are you 40 hours? Are you 60 hours? Are you 30 hours? So there's some questions, I think, about the data, but productivity is not fully up 2.5 times. So 200, call it 150% since the last time we saw big productivity growth was the advent of the internet. And we've seen it the last 2 years. We've been muddling along 1%. Now we're 2.5%. That's a really big deal. So put all of that together, and I've got 10 points here, but I'm just kind of ad hoc summarizing these. One, we've been resilient. I see the resilience continuing. Earnings, which really that's all that matters for stocks, they're projected to be up 10 to 15%. Doesn't mean the market will be. And I think the consumer stays strong and we have productivity that's rising. The bull market, by the way, means stocks up 20% or more, is only 2 years old. They normally last 5 years. So we have maybe some gas left in the tank there. And you put all that together, even if you look at what Washington is doing with tariffs, put all that together, and it could be a good year. I don't see it's a blockbuster year, but I think 2025 could be a good year because of the resiliency of the army of American productivity.
Now, all I would add to that is we got to figure out a way to get more of the middle class involved.
Don't GameStop me.
I think
GameStop.
You would agree with that. We got to get. It's a lot of these gains are a little too top heavy. I'm not saying
no question.
I'm not disagreeing with anything you said. We have got to figure out a way to get the middle class more involved in this growth. Alex Williams is checking the slow ride through downtown.
And it's been exacerbated by some trouble spots, Eric, at 447. Crash just moved off to the right, 7585 northbound, right around 17th Street. That was in the center lane, but one up ahead trying to clear out of the HOV lane is keeping that ride extra slow back to University Avenue. Southbound delay is going to take you about a half hour to travel out of Buckhead on 400 southbound from Lenox Road to the connector south down to I-20. If you're traveling on I-85 northbound up into Gwinnett County, those brake lights find you right around Chamblee Tucker Road, then you brake free up around Pleasant Hill. Secondary slow zone from Old Peachtree Road up to the I-985 split. New trouble 285 in Sandy Springs, Andrew Zico.
New trouble indeed. Might be time to issue a travel advisory. Looking like several right lanes knocked out with a crash. 285 east right at 400, exit 27 delays. Backing a few miles already. You may want to avoid the area. Take Mount Vernon Highway as a quick fast track. Support sponsored by the YMCA of Metro Atlanta. Looking for a place to find what moves you? The YMCA has it all. Join today and they'll waive your joining fee. Visit ymcaatlanta.org to learn more. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
On air, online, on the app, where you get your news is where you'll win. Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Thank you, Jesus.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app. Your next chance to win is coming up at 5. The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz on 95.5 WSB.
As Georgia's homegrown leader in business insurance, Builders partners with thousands of local businesses to safeguard workers and help them return to their lives after injuries. Explore reliable workers' compensation solutions at BLDRS.com. Builders, insurance built strong.
Bugs bugging you? Better call Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. And Breda is proud to sponsor Scott Slade's Georgia every Thursday on Atlanta's Morning News.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
If you had an encounter with the police and feel like you've been treated unfairly, George Stein, the DUI lawyer, can help. George will guide you through the legal system and work to get your charges dismissed. DUI? Hire the attorney that other attorneys hire. GeorgeStein.com.
Welcome to the Financial Symphony High Note of the Week. Here's your host and founder of the Lloyd Advisory Group, Mark Lloyd.
A good retirement plan, a good financial plan is not getting a plan and be done. It's not done at the conception of the plan. It's actually always being tweaked and modified and reviewed. And as things are happening that we can't control, we have to adjust the plan.
Yeah.
That's why working with a holistic advisor who is doing that for you, and more importantly, keeping that lines of communication open by having those regular reviews. Those reviews where they're not only reviewing performance of the investment portfolio, but actually seeing if you're still on track with your plan is critical. And that's covering not outliving your money. It's covering market volatility. It's covering inflation. It's covering taxes. It's covering healthcare costs. It's covering the legacy plan. What happens to your money when you die? What's left over? Making it as simple as you can for your estate. And all of that is you can learn about where you stand with your specific, unique situation by picking up the phone.
The phone number is 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Call today to get your retirement started on a high note. 770-766-5611.
Lloyd Advisory Services, LLC, Lloyd Advisory Group, a federally registered investment advisor under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940. Registration as an investment advisor does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Insurance products and services are offered through the Lloyd Advisory Group. Lloyd Advisory Services, LLC, and the Lloyd Advisory Group are affiliated but separate entities. The oral and written communications of an advisor provide you with information about which you determine to hire or retain an advisor. Lloyd Advisory Group, Form ADV Part 2A and 2B, can be obtained by visiting advisorinfo.sec.gov and search for our firm name. Neither the information nor any opinion expressed is to be construed as solicitation to buy or sell a security of personalized investment, tax, or legal advice.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details. Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Wall cracks, window stuck, could be a foundation problem. Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack, and our estimators are thoroughly trained to get you the proper evaluation for your home. Schedule your free assessment with the foundation repair experts at atlantaramjack.com.
Well, you haven't lived, Wes Moss.
Yeah, there's one in downtown Chattanooga that I had good memories at.
Wes says he doesn't think he's ever been at a TGIF. They're going bankrupt now.
Thank
God it's Fridays.
TGIF.
Thank
TGI
God it's
Fridays.
Fridays.
Yeah.
TGI
Well, they're harder to
Fridays.
find.
Yes.
They're harder to find these days.
Yes, they're bankrupt.
It's terrible.
And they're trying to work their way out of bankruptcy. You know, they can blame it all on the pandemic, I guess. And DoorDash. That's the difference. Is we were just talking about this off air. When you look at 2025 and you're mentioning all the good things that are happening, some other things that are happening, some bad things that are happening, and you mentioned TGIF and they're being bankrupt, and you have to separate like what things are happening as a result of creative destruction. DoorDash moves in and people aren't going and sitting down at what do they call fast casual restaurants the way that they used to. That would be probably creative destruction. Something new is coming in and supplanting what was there before, and you got
That hurts everybody. To your point,
it hurts everybody except that,
or it can hurt everyone.
Somebody might have somebody in their life might enjoy delivering DoorDash more than waiting on tables. You don't have to clean up at the end of the night. What's that called at the end of the night when you used to do it?
Closing.
Closing house?
Side work. Like your,
the side work.
Side work you have to do
work.
before you're allowed to leave. Closing is cleaning.
Yeah. And so you're in there.
Roll silverware. You gotta make sure you polish the glass.
You gotta take you gotta take the
ashtrays.
not so much anymore, but you gotta take the ketchups and combine them so that they're all full.
You gotta marry the ketchups.
We gotta marry the ketchups. So somebody might just rather.
Heinz is trying to put a stop to that, by the way.
I know, because they are really traditionalist and they don't understand that the world is changing. And that ketchups do get married.
Love
now.
is love.
But
That's
you're
right.
saying your point is that there's a confluence of factors that make it so that a company that was that iconic fall apart. It's not just one thing.
And as we were talking about, is they kind of stayed the same, and the world changed, and suddenly they weren't cool anymore. You have a traffic report for me. Are you going to stick around there, Wes Moss?
Yes, please.
We would love for you to
Yes,
stick around.
please.
We really enjoy your company.
You know what? Alex Williams is saying there's a travel advisory on 285 in Sandy Springs.
Well, you can't ride anymore?
We can't.
All right, Alex, take it away.
It is a travel advisory. Car facing the wrong direction here. Spin out crash, 285 eastbound. The inner loop at Georgia 400, exit 27. Only a left lane getting by. Already heavy delays stretching back before Roswell Road. You can take 75 south to 85 north as an alternate, but that's going to be slow as well. Once you get past that, 285 east and southbound the inner loop, you're on those brake lights starting in Dorville from Peachtree Boulevard. No relief till you down past Covington Highway. New trouble on the West Freeway inbound, Andrew Seco.
New trouble indeed. Emergency maintenance blocking the right lane, 20 eastbound at Fulton Industrial, exit 49. Slow all the way back into Lithia Springs. Avoid the area and use Highway 78. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Woo, up top, bike shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo.
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
A Total Plumbing is now part of your trusted Ace Hardware Home Services team. Their expert plumbers are ready to provide top-notch service and repairs. Visit a-totalplumbing.com to learn more. A Total Plumbing and Ace Hardware Home Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Mix and match 10 or more participating items for $1 each with your card. Choose from Kroger brand pasta, Starkist tuna pouches, Powerade, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
And it's a simple word, but in St. Pete Clearwater, it's an important one. Here, you can sun on America's favorite beaches and kayak through the shade of mangroves, tee off on a PGA course, and enjoy 5 courses of the finest dining. You could get surreal at the Dali Museum and then keep it real watching the sun melt into the Gulf. In St. Pete Clearwater, the possibilities go on and on. Your trip begins at visitspc.com.
Our roads are even more dangerous in the winter. Hey, it's Smilin' Mark McKay for John Foy and Associates, the Strong Arm. If you get hurt in a wreck this winter, send in the Strong Arm. They know how much money you're entitled to and how to get it. There's no cost until they win. JohnFoy.com.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom. to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, a major gasoline pipeline in metro Atlanta is shut down due to a potential leak.
We've been hearing word that potentially this pipeline could get back online today or potentially tomorrow.
Patrick DeHaan with Gas Buddy says it likely will not impact prices at the pump.
The Colonial Pipeline Company now investigating reports of a possible leak in the nation's biggest gas pipeline in Paulding County, Georgia. The firm's Line 1 transports 1.5 million barrels of gasoline every day from Houston, Texas, all the way to Greensboro, North Carolina, and today's shutdown is expected to last 12 hours. Gasoline futures in New York hitting the highest price since October. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
49 degrees in Atlanta. How many more days of sunshine before the clouds and rain return? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A major metro Atlanta road remains shut down at this hour thanks to a broken water main. WSB's Steve Summers reports live from Brookhaven with the latest on repairs and how the water outage is affecting nearby businesses.
That's right, Bill. I'm at Claremont and Dresden in Brookhaven, where an all-day 30-inch water main replacement is underway. DeKalb Watershed Management says about 100 homes have little or no water pressure, and the same for about 24 businesses along this major thoroughfare here. That includes Express Car Wash. There's a business that relies on water, where employee Brandon Watson tells me this day was pretty much a loss.
The water has been off since I've gotten here, so we haven't had any business all day today. Kind of annoying, we haven't had any sales. We had all our customers turning around.
As for the afternoon rush, as I look along Claremont here outside of this cordoned off area, there's a little bit of traffic. I think a lot of people may have gotten the message, but police are directing traffic and detouring people around. We'll keep you apprised on when this stretch is back open. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
Governor Kemp proposes spending more than $1 billion for major infrastructure projects in Georgia. That includes $250 million for road construction projects.
Furthermore, my upcoming budget proposal includes $530 million to invest in our freight and logistics transportation infrastructure.
Kemp wants an additional $250 million for water, wastewater, and solid waste infrastructure projects. With the college football playoff championship game and King holiday falling on the same day, the city of Atlanta is working to keep everyone safe.
Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens says while they didn't know which teams would be playing, they've spent plenty of time gearing up for Monday's big game.
When we know weeks like this are coming, a year or more in advance, we immediately begin preparing.
And Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum says they've been in contact with federal agencies and have adjusted their security plan after the deadly New Orleans terror attack.
Where terrorists may try to harm, we do our very best to make sure we stand in that gap for the citizens.
He says every Atlanta officer will be working during the festivities. At Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A man gets life in prison for murder in a landlord dispute in DeKalb County.
A DeKalb County jury didn't buy 34-year-old Danny Hunter's claims that he opened fire on his dad's tenants in self-defense. In 2021, Katisha Cardell and her fiancé believed their landlord had shut off their utilities to boot them out and were concerned about some unusual bank charges. As they talked to Hunter's father outside his Dove Valley Road home, Hunter went inside and came out with a revolver. Cardell died in the street, shot in the back of her neck. A bullet missed her fiancé as he scrambled to the car and got away. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Senators grill President-elect Trump's pick for defense secretary at a Capitol Hill hearing.
Are there any other important facts that you chose not to reveal to the president-elect and his team as they were considering you to be Secretary of Defense?
Senator, I sit here before you
an open book.
Senator Tim Kaine questions Pete Hegseth, who's facing allegations of sexual misconduct and excessive drinking. He calls it a smear campaign. It is now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, Triple Team Traffic, and here's Alex Williams.
New travel advisory heading through Hateville, Bill. It is a crash. Multiple left lanes blocked. 75 southbound Central Avenue, exit 239. Quickly slowing back to Cleveland Avenue. You can use I-85 southbound as an alternate. Before you get there, checking the ride through downtown. The brake lights start 400 southbound at Lennox Road. 85 south slows just south of Claremont and North Druid Hills. Then you're going to slow 75 south from Northside Drive. No relief till you get down to I-20. Northbound delays start University Avenue up past Freedom Parkway. Trouble off to the right around 17th Street. And brush fire. Atlanta Fire Rescue on scene dousing this. Right now, just a left lane open. Highway 166 westbound, west of the downtown connector, right around Highway 29, the Main Street area. But no big need for an alternate just yet. We have better news on 285 in Sandy Springs. Andrew Seco, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
Better news indeed. Our crash moved to the shoulder from the Interloop 285 eastbound right at Georgia 400 exit 27. Still seeing the brake lights a little heavy as you're heading this way, so you may want to keep those alternates handy till things thin out. Second worst of things looks to be the Interloop in and out of Doraville, 285 eastbound. You are on and off those brakes, slowing and going from Beaufort Highway all the way down to the Stone Mountain Freeway. That's exit 39. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official heating of winter. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies and chilly this evening as temperatures fall to the low 40s for the ride home, eventually dropping into the mid to upper 20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny, high 51. Sunshine on Thursday, morning low 28, afternoon high 52. And clouds start to move in, but staying dry on Friday, morning low 31, afternoon high 57. Rain showers will be heavy at times for Saturday, as much as 1 to 1.5 inches of rainfall possible Saturday afternoon. We'll start off Saturday in the mid 40s and top out in the mid 50s. The rain moves out on Sunday, but the cold air moving in. Sunday's high is 50, but dropping down to the 20s on Monday morning and staying in the upper 30s for Monday afternoon.
Right now, 49 in Johns Creek, 46 in Mableton, 50 in Stockbridge. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. With a hearty congratulations to Kip Lackey, great name, Kip Lackey of Duluth.
He was not lacking.
He was not lacking because he's a WSB 5K a day bonus blitz winner from 2 p.m.
That's right.
And who gives that word out? Yours truly. So let's see if we can do it twice in one day.
Double up.
Let's see if we can double up. Right, Wes Moss? You like to double up, right, when it comes to anything. Double it up is good.
Let's do it.
It's the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz 5 o'clock hour keyword, day. D-A-Y.
Can you spell it again?
D-A-Y.
Thank you.
Well, it reminds me, I didn't spell the word of the day in that guy yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, one thing at a time.
I don't think you used it yesterday either.
I did use it. I
He
did
used
use it. Yes, I did. So why
You
don't you
did?
just back off there, honey?
Always starting something.
Just, it doesn't matter what you think. I did use it.
Well,
What
does
you
matter what I
think
think.
and the reality. Hey, we're doing the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz 5
Day!
o'clock out. Keyword day. D-A-Y.
I lost my paper. Can you spell it again?
D-A-Y. Day.
Capital D? Or?
Go to the WSB radio app
Doris
or
Day.
go to the WSB radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win. You also have to pick up when we call because even if you don't know the numbers that are there, we cannot leave a message.
Again, be nice to Chris or Abby
stop.
when they
We
call
don't-
you.
You can be nice, you can be mean, whatever. You got to pick up.
Shut up.
You got to pick up.
Stop calling me.
I think you should be nice.
Give
but-
me my money.
but
Day, give me the money.
I don't think that there's anything in the rules that say you have to be nice. Again, that 5 o'clock keyword is day. D-A-Y. And by the way, Wes Moss.
How does this work again? I'm new to this. Can you just give it?
Hold on one second. I first want to say to you.
That's how Wes got his
that,
fortune here. Was
when we got
winning through the 5K a day
when we were
bonus
disagreeing
blitz.
a little bit earlier, I was not trying to gainsay you. I
Gainsay.
I was trying to
Gainsay.
I was trying to GameStop you though. I didn't realize your joke when you said don't GameStop me. So
Gainsay.
it takes me 30, 45 minutes to catch up. But
I don't think
do
anybody
it.
got that. I don't think anybody got that.
It's all right. It's okay. It's between the two of us. It's between the two of us. Some things are just for us, Wes, and the audience be damned.
Can we cue the music? Just the,
Oh, you mean the little sounder?
Never.
Get a room.
Are you angry at Donald Trump? Or are you upset?
Well, I knew Wes before you did.
I know. He was the one who told you.
He's
that
my
you-
best friend, not yours.
Okay, look, you told me that he's the one that first suggested changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
He did. He told me that. He said, "Don't tell anybody, Mr. Trump."
I have another economic story I want to talk to Wes Moss about, but before then, I have to bring this up. This is over the weekend. This happened on January 6th, interestingly enough.
Great day.
But these Chrisleys, like mom and dad are in jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what if your last name is Chrisley, can I tell you something you may not be aware of? Almost nobody knows who the hell you are. Obviously, there were people who watched this show, and
Chrisley knows best.
It went to these people's heads. 2 of them are in jail now, and now this story, this Chase Chrisley, what is he, like 28 or something? Or he's a kid.
He's that old now?
I don't
Wow,
know.
he was the baby on the show.
I'm asking. I don't know. He's old enough to go to bars, and he's accused of slapping the manager of Twin Peaks in Atlanta. He was being belligerent, and the manager called 911. And during the 911 call, I think is when he smacked a guy twice. So, look, your parents are in prison. I get it. Chase and Savannah. You had your day. You had your moment. You were,
Slap him, Chase.
You went.
You got it. You hold him, Savannah.
Yeah, you walked.
Okay.
Why'd our parents name us after banks?
You walked.
Come on, Capital One, get in here.
For a while, you walked down the high school halls and you were it, man. I get it. But most people don't know who you are, don't give a damn who you are, and it's time for you to forget you were ever on TV. Go do something with your life. I'm sure Chase still has an agent talking about the next reality show.
Gonna be called Slapping Waitresses.
He was a bartender.
Yeah, same thing.
Slapping Peaks.
I bet he was a manager.
Slapping Services.
Slapping Peaks. Now, Twin Peaks is kind of like a...
it's like a Hooters.
It's Hooters, but like a Northwestern Hooters.
A conservative Hooters.
Homage bar.
Oh, is that what it is?
You walk in, everybody's talking backwards. It's in slow motion.
There's a log lady who
Yeah.
will take you to your table. My log wants you to know to have a good meal.
But what is the real deal behind it? It's like a Celtic version of Hooters.
It's a little more upscale, apparently.
Again, conservative Hooters.
A conservative.
Hooters.
Man,
Is it Republican?
No.
Make the apps great again.
Is it Celtic or is it? I always
Scottish.
thought of it.
Maybe it's
Oh, it
Scottish.
is. I always
Maybe
thought
it's
I
Scottish.
They
don't
wear
know the
tartan.
difference.
They wear tartan.
So it's
outfits,
Scottish,
yes.
not Celtic.
I always thought it was
You're
Pacific
thinking of the
Northwest.
tilted kilt.
The tilted kilt. That's another one.
You're
Yes.
conflating.
That's the one where. That's
Tilted
right.
kilt is like Hooters that's Celtic.
Oh, so what is Twin Peaks then?
More like a Rocky Mountains vibe.
Yeah.
But it is more
like
upscale.
Aspen.
Yes.
Okay.
You
thought
get
that-
some cheese and bacon on your burger instead of just cheese.
Oh, is that a metaphor?
You can take it however you want to.
Hooters, Twin Peaks, the twisted kilt.
Tim is at a stop himself.
Never mind.
Well,
This is
what-
Wes's segment.
What are you gonna say? He's this is what we
The double jug.
This is overtime. With Wes.
Yeah. It's just like toothless,
it's a milk
redneck,
What do you want, baby?
Appalachian women.
The double jug.
They have a house band.
We need more bands that have like when people are blowing into jugs. We're missing that.
And playing the washboard.
We were building America back
In
when
the
we had those
summertime
bands.
when the weather.
Yeah.
In the some
Mungo Jerry? Is that who that was?
I think I don't know. Wes could be
Mungo
able to tell
Jerry
you.
is a
Wes.
cat from Cats.
Wes-
Mungo Jerry is the name of the band that did In the Summertime.
What? That's a cat's name.
Mongo Jerry.
And Rumpelteaser.
All right, listen, we're really off the rails here. This is not
Hold on,
something
hold on,
that you would
Autumn,
call a
I've
proper
got
radio
you.
show.
Autumn, that's an interesting observation.
Yeah, thanks.
You.
Thanks for
I didn't know
helping
that
out.
guy's name.
Y'all come back to
Autumn.
the double jug.
How much? This is an interesting economic story, Wes Moss.
Okay.
It's in, I don't know where it came from originally. It ended up in Dig. You know what Dig is? D-I-G-G. According
It's a
to
cheap news algorithm.
a recent survey,
It's a paleontologist.
the average 1.5 year relationship, so a relationship that only lasts a year and a half, costs more than $9,200 per person. What a waste of $20,000, unless the evenings were enjoyable.
Lots of grape juice.
And that's
Wouldn't it be?
prostitution.
So you're talking about a year and a half costs $9,000, or the first year?
A year and a half for both. So $9,200 $200 a piece.
So 18
Yeah.
grand.
Yeah. And then it doesn't work
Almost
out.
20 grand.
How about maybe you meet somebody you don't have to spend so much money on? Maybe there's something real going on there, right? Right, Autumn? Your dude, he doesn't spend any money on you because you guys are
so-
really in love.
That's not true at all.
He doesn't need to. She doesn't need it. She's
I
not.
mean, yeah, he doesn't spend money on me at all.
She doesn't want diamond rings and such. This is real.
He didn't buy me a TV.
You know, look,
As long as he's got the
Pills.
pills. He's got the pills.
I bought you a TV.
You've got startup
It's got-
capital.
It's got Roku built right into it.
It's
That's
a
love.
Roku TV.
That's a love.
I ain't need no sticker, nothing.
Well, you're not getting that. Yeah, you got the TV.
It doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
like
lot.
anything to get off of the ground. I mean, it's like a startup business. It takes a lot of capital to get things moving from zero.
Yeah.
There's no momentum. You start out, you don't know each other. It's
you gotta look good for
awkward.
each other.
Yeah.
You want to present your best self. That might cost a little
New
bit. Then you
clothes,
got to go
makeup.
out. Married couples at
Makeup.
25, 30 years, they're not going out every 3 nights a week.
Right. Hey, you know, Autumn.
On
Autumn,
her end, she's gonna buy the makeup.
Autumn, some people do still make an effort.
Well, no. Early dating doesn't include buying the girl you're interested in
No,
makeup.
no.
That's
It's
insulting.
saying you're
She
spending
has
it.
to
No, it's
spend the
both
money
sides.
to make sure she looks good.
Oh,
Both
I see what you're
sides.
saying. Like he's out there,
Dummy.
like taking her to dinner and buying her makeup.
Here's some foundation, baby.
Yeah,
That would
look,
go
your
over.
eyebrows are wild.
I would
girl.
be
These two
questioning
are
that
cousins. They're not even related.
I think like, if you
Let me fix you up, honey.
if you're buying makeup for your date, it's kind of a hint.
Yeah. You know, I noticed you're wearing a warm toned lipstick, and I just thought maybe a cool tone might fit your color palette better. You know,
Also,
check that
you're
out.
like, hey, if not for nothing, but it's one thing when we're inside, but people see us when we're out there. So gussy yourself up a little bit.
Yeah, make yourself presentable. You're embarrassing us.
Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 75 into Clayton County.
And at 516, Eric, it is a crash. Reported to be a rollover crash. Multiple left lanes blocked. 75 southbound Central Avenue, exit number 239. So you're seeing those brake lights back up to where you split off from the connector at Langford Parkway. Take I-85 south as an alternate. Speaking of Langford Parkway, brush fire being doused. 2 right lanes are blocked. Highway 166 westbound at Highway 29. We've had emergency road work in the right lane. Looks like it just cleared I-20 eastbound at Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Westbound delays leaving downtown. And now we got a crash in the Austell area, Cobb County. C.H. James Parkway northbound is blocked at Garrett Road. You can use Austell Road as an alternate. Andrew Seco, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
Looking at a little bit of stoppage, 85 northbound at a Norcross in Duluth. You're slow from 285 up to Pleasant Hill Road. Same story in 400. Seeing the brakes through Alpharetta. You are a little bit sluggish from Roswell all the way up through Milton into Forsyth County. And 75 north and southbound, leaving you jam-packed through Marietta and Kennesaw. You are seeing the effects all the way from Chastain Road down to the Smyrna Vinings area, 285 exit 259. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When you need to know.
This story is developing in Atlanta.
When you want to know.
Severe weather is on its way.
When you have to know.
We'll alert you as soon as this closure clears.
Get notifications
from your source for news.
Get the WSB radio app.
Download it from your app store today.
Valentine's Day is the time to pull out all the stops and sweep that special someone off their feet. It's the most romantic holiday of the year, so what better time to visit my friends at Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Buford. This is Scott Slade. Tara is Atlanta's first stop for lavish, heartfelt surprises. Their natural diamonds are more beautiful than you could imagine. From fashionable diamond necklaces to stackable bangle bracelets and rings, Tara has the perfect gift for you. Visit Tara Fine Jewelry Company, only 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia. Tara Fine Jewelry Company. It's worth the drive.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and making costly repairs. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
If you need a new garage door, this could be your lucky day. Entries are open now for the $5,000 sweepstakes at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. A winner will be chosen at random to receive $5,000 towards new garage doors, openers, or front entry doors of their choice. Deadline to enter is the end of the month to win the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Enter now at overheaddooratlanta.com. You can't win if you don't enter. Go to overheaddooratlanta.com.
If you're setting your financial resolutions for 2025, how does setting a goal to have income for a lifetime sound? Many happy retirees create income for a lifetime, and it's not just one product. Instead, it's something I call income investing. It's a way to harness the power of many different forms of cash flow, including rent, royalties, dividends, distributions, and interest. This is what we focus on here at Capital Investment Advisors. You can find us at yourwealth.com. That's yourwealth.com.
Absolutely. That guy is great. Oh, hi, Wes.
Huh.
I wasn't saying that just because you're here.
Well, that was pretty okay.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Great read.
Yourwealth.com.
It's the day. By the way, the WSB 5K Day Bonus Blitz 5 o'clock keyword, our keyword is day. D-A-Y. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that word is day. Why are you pointing at people?
That guy's pen ran out over there. You better spell it for him again.
Oh, D-A-Y.
Hey.
Day by day.
So this Wes Moss was telling me that teachers just got a big raise. In Georgia or the whole country? Are you listening to me? Are your headphones on?
100%.
Okay.
Shelly's here.
Shelly stepped in for a moment.
Yeah, they're getting a raise.
So if there are any teachers listening, this is a big deal.
Well, first of all, I want to say it's well deserved because I don't know if you've looked around, but the kids are just getting smarter and smarter and smarter. So
That's not the teacher's fault.
Look,
I
think
something to do with
teachers.
it.
I think teachers get a bad rap. I know that. Look, I've got kids in public school. I've got kids in private school, and I have 4 of them. So I've been through a lot of teachers, and some of them really are great. Some are terrible.
Absolutely.
Some
Yeah.
are terrible.
Yeah.
Some are pretty amazing.
But the problem is they all seem to get like raises and not raises at the same time, as opposed to, hey, the really great ones
Let me ask you this:
make more money.
What is a teacher, a 30-year teacher in, I don't know, Cherokee County make?
30 years?
30 years.
Working in Cherokee County?
38K.
80.
More than that. I'm going to say 56.
80.
80?
Yeah, Timmy's right.
Well, that's not bad living.
It's more like 70,
Okay,
75.
so that's good living. Decent.
So Tim was wrong.
Technically, and again, it varies. But this is a really, and this just happened the 5th of January. It was
What made this happen? What is it?
This was a brand new law. So I haven't talked about this yet on the radio. I call this the elimination of the elimination and the offset of the offset, because there's 2 really wonky rules that I've seen firsthand hit teachers. So you get your Social Security, and like a lot of teachers, they'll either pay into the Social Security or they have worked in another 10 or 15 years outside. They'll do part-time work or they had another job. And because they get their teacher's retirement pension, and this happens in lots of different states, almost identically to what happens in
I
Georgia.
think firefighters this happens with too.
Firefighters, public service workers,
yeah.
state and local employees, judges. I mean, court people who work at the court. So it's not just teachers. It's state and local government as well. And there's something called the WEP, which stands for the Windfall Elimination Provision. And it's a formula that says if you're getting a pension, we are going to take some of that pension, we're going to calculate it, and it's going to offset what your Social Security payment would otherwise be.
Right.
I see this hitting people to the tune of $300 to $600 per month forever.
Now, listen, I understand the logic of that, but it still doesn't seem right because you are paying into Social Security at the same time, right?
Let me ask you about the logic on this one.
Yeah.
There's another one, and they work very similarly. This one is for your spousal benefit. It's called the GPO, the Government Pension Offset. If you were a stay-at-home mom and your husband's Social Security is $3,500 a month, what do you get if you've never, ever worked? What does the spouse get?
I don't know.
Never less than half.
$1,500.
Never less than half.
Okay.
No, $1,750.
Now, what if the husband dies?
Now, granted, this is if she waits to her full retirement age of 67, and there's all these other caveats. But essentially, you get 50% of whatever your spouse is getting, and then when your spouse dies, you get this with the higher of the two.
Mm-hmm.
So $3,500. Okay. If you were so that stay-at-home mom. Now, next door to that mom was a teacher who worked for the 35 years. Okay, and now she has a pension of $4,000. Now, her husband, that $1,750 that she would get, gets almost 100% completely eliminated, offset, government pension offset, because she has a pension. Does that seem fair?
No. I'm not saying. I'm saying I saw the logic of it. I didn't think it was fair.
That got the WEP and the GPO just got vanquished a week ago, and it's going to be retroactive for what you should have gotten last year if it was impacting you.
Windfall.
So you've got almost 3 million people in America that are going to get big checks and then big raises.
So I get it. Windfall elimination got eliminated. So I get it. Absolutely. The offset got offset.
And the offset.
Hey, tell people how they can get more Wes Moss, you handsome devil.
Easy to do so. You can find me and our team at yourwealth.com. That's YOUR wealth.com.
Thank you, sir. Alex Williams says unfortunately, there's a rollover crash on 75 near the International Terminal.
Yeah, Eric, not a good situation if you got to catch that flight tonight. 75 southbound, car on its side. 75 south on that long access road, right rear ramp onto 285, head to those international terminals. Only the right lane is getting by, and it's made a mess of that ride, leaving Langford Parkway. Think about using I-85 southbound as an alternate. Better news, earlier brush fire, Langford Parkway, Highway 166 westbound. At Highway 29, that has cleared, but delays remain, leaving the downtown connector. How is the outer loop on I-285, Andrew Seco?
Looking the slowest on the north side, Alex. You are seeing the brake lights, 285 westbound, sluggish from Doraville through Sandy Springs, all the way out of Smyrna Vinings as you approach I-20. This traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Be the Younger You weight loss program is not just about a number on a scale. It's about feeling better. It's about looking better, and it's about being happier about how you look. This is Shelley Winter for Be the Younger You weight loss program. I feel younger. I'm going to live longer because I'm on this program. My body fat is down and my muscle mass is up, which is very healthy. Also, I just got a physical done. My labs are even better. Join Be the Younger You weight loss program right now by going to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com or call 770-415-3000. That's 770-415-3000. Be the Younger You Atlanta has allowed me to lose almost 35 pounds. BeTheYoungerYouATL.com or call 770-415-3000. Renew yourself by joining the Be the Younger You weight loss program.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away, so the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that the hustle and bustle of the holidays is over, it's worth giving some thought to were my guests comfortable in my home? Did the electrical system hold up with the decorations and constant drone of kitchen appliances? Ashley Frasca for Ragsdale Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Electric. Over the holiday season, we played tug of war with our thermostat, constantly adjusting the temperature. But it reminds me when it's time for maintenance, and I actually look forward to a Ragsdale technician coming out to my home. They're patient, always on time, and happy to help. I've trusted them in our home for years, whether it's electrical, plumbing, or a furnace that's just not quite keeping up. Ragsdale is here to help your family stay comfortable. They've been in business almost 30 years, and many employees celebrate decades of service with Ragsdale. They're one of the most Google-reviewed HVAC companies in Metro Atlanta and has a well-earned 4.9 rating. See why at ragsdaleair.com or give them a call. Tell them I sent you. Ragsdale, the name you know you can trust.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio, news sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Our top story, Capitol Hill confrontation. Protesters confronting President-elect Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. The former Fox News host is questioned today by the Senate Armed Services Committee. He says Donald Trump chose him to make some hard choices at the Pentagon.
He believes, and I humbly agree, that it's time to give someone with dust on his boots the helm. A change agent.
Senator Elizabeth Warren presses Hegseth on his stance on women in combat.
For me, this issue has always been about standards. And unfortunately, because of some of the people that have been in political power for the last 4 years, priorities other than standards, lethality, and meritocracy have driven decision-making.
I'm quoting you from the podcast. Women shouldn't be in combat at all.
Hegseth faces allegations of sexual assault, excessive drinking, and racist remarks. He calls it a smear campaign. 48 degrees in Atlanta, dropping into the 20s again tonight. Plenty of sun again tomorrow. When does the rain return? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Alpharetta-based Colonial Pipeline responds to a potential gasoline leak in Paulding County. It's temporarily shut down Line 1. Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says it most likely will not impact prices at the pump.
The one factor that you'd look at in terms of how it could impact gas prices, if refineries that actually produce that gasoline become impacted, then we could be talking about a pricing event.
Bloomberg reports the shutdown of the nation's largest gasoline pipeline is expected to last about 12 hours. Line 1 transports more than 1 million barrels worth of gasoline a day between Houston, Texas, and Greensboro, North Carolina. Happening now in Brookhaven, crews working to repair a water main break on Claremont Road near Dresden Drive. It's impacting about 100 homes and several businesses in the area. They are experiencing low to no water service. Governor Kemp wants to put an end to frivolous lawsuits in Georgia and says he plans to overhaul the state's litigation rules.
Though offering few specifics, Governor Kemp tells business leaders and lawmakers at the annual Eggs and Issues breakfast,
tort reform will be my top legislative priority for this upcoming session.
Many say the state's current litigation rules favor plaintiffs and are hurting the state's businesses with insurance rates skyrocketing. Kemp says he'll roll out a package soon.
This is not a partisan issue. No matter your party, your district, your zip code, or your background, this issue impacts us all.
Leaders in both chambers have signaled support for reform. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A warning today to residents of fire-ravaged Los Angeles.
Life-threatening and destructive and widespread winds are already here.
LA Fire Chief Kristen Crowley says the next 24 hours will be very dangerous. The area under a red flag warning for high winds through tomorrow. Some areas are seeing gusts over 70 miles per hour. A Henry County teacher accused of sexual assault is now in custody. Rodney Freeman disappeared last month after the girl made the allegations against him. A 17-year-old student at Union Grove High School claims Freeman tried to have sex with her. The executive director of a Carroll County nonprofit is now accused of stealing from that organization.
Stacy Cook is charged with stealing over $7,000 from Casa Carroll County, a nonprofit advocacy organization for children in foster care. Georgia Casa's Jennifer King says the local board took swift action.
Their proactive approach underscores the importance of strong leadership
leadership and the safeguards in place.
She expresses disappointment at the arrest, but stresses the mission of CASA continues in Carrollton.
The board, staff, and volunteers are continuing to advocate for over 100 children in foster care.
Cook could face up to 10 years in prison if convicted. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 5:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And triple team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Another afternoon of a messy ride around the airport, Bill. We've been dealing with a travel advisory crash in the left lanes, 75 southbound Central Avenue, exit 239. Stacking up that ride as you leave Langford Parkway. You can use I-85 southbound as an alternate. And dealing with a crash on the I-75 northbound ramps to I-285 in Clayton County. Just a right lane of that ramp is squeaking by, so that's why you're seeing the delays out of Morrow heading up into Forest Park. If you're traveling 285 east or southbound, the inner loop through DeKalb County, brake lights find you where that crash is off to the right at Georgia 400. No relief heading east or southbound until you make your way down past Memorial Drive coming out of Clarkston. Checking the ride through downtown, Andrew Seco, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
Stacking and packing on the connector right now, 75-85 north and south. You are jammed from East Point through the heart of downtown up into Midtown. Southbound trouble starting just south of 400 on 85, feeling the pinch all the way back into Brookhaven, and trouble still in those left lanes through Hapeville, 75 south. At Central Avenue, you are slow all the way back towards Langford. You may want to hop on Highway 29 or I-85. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies and chilly this evening as temperatures fall to the low 40s for the ride home, eventually dropping into the mid to upper 20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny, high 51. Sunshine on Thursday, morning low 28, afternoon high 52. And clouds start to move in, but staying dry on Friday, morning low 31, afternoon high 57. Rain showers will be heavy at times for Saturday, as much as 1 to 1.5 inches of rainfall possible Saturday afternoon. We'll start off Saturday in the mid 40s and top out in the mid 50s. The rain moves out on Sunday, but the cold air moving in. Sunday's high is 50, but dropping down to the 20s on Monday morning and staying in the upper 30s for Monday afternoon.
Right now, 47 in Stone Mountain, 48 in Douglasville, and 44 in Alpharetta. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
For Valentine's Day, Tara Fine Jewelry Company's immaculate, beautiful showroom speaks for itself. You'll find a gift as wonderful as the love that brought you there. Every showcase home to magnificent designs. Tara Fine Jewelry Company, Buford, just 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia.
Founded by hardworking Georgians in 1992, Builders provides tailored insurance solutions to safeguard workers and business owners from costly accidents. Explore reliable workers' compensation and general liability products at BLDRS.com. Builders, insurance built strong.
George Stein literally wrote the book on DUI defense in Georgia. Let him represent you. GeorgeStein.com.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 404-390-4000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Dave Baker here. So you're leaving for work, but the garage door won't open. Is it the opener? Is the spring broken? Now you're late and your car is trapped. Don't panic. Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is here with same-day emergency service. They won't leave you stuck. Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is the original red ribbon garage door company trusted in Atlanta since 1935. Call 404-USA-DOOR or schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com.
All right. I read this article from Go West, UWG. I think they're called the Wolf. Wolves. Amplifying Voices, Jared Yamamoto from the class of 12 talks radio from UWG to Atlanta. Interesting article. Never mentions me once. Not once. Not as an inspiration.
I can't say I didn't notice.
I'm sure that you probably did bring it up. They,
I did.
You know what happens is they don't.
I brought up everybody on the show.
I know.
Not everybody. Not everybody.
Hey,
gets...
it doesn't bother me at all. I want you to know it doesn't bother me at all. Just like it doesn't bother Greg Russ if we just keep on talking. Like he's waiting.
Oh, I see him on the Airlink too.
He's like, look, I'll wait my turn. He's like, hey, there'll be a moment, there'll be a time.
There he is,
and that it's time for me. Look, he's telling me I'm number one. Let's do this.
He's a misanthrope. He has a dark heart, and he needs a good psychiatrist. New York. It's Greg Russ with stories from Studio B1.
Tuesday edition. Bum, bum, bum. My favorite edition. Because the Monday edition, it's early in the week. It's our first day back. By Tuesday, I really feel like Stories from Studio B1 really catches its groove.
I agree with that,
Yeah.
but you've changed. People who said that Mondays weren't, it's Monday, they complained, they whined, they said they weren't good at their jobs because they needed to warm up for the week. You used to, be against that.
Yeah.
For it.
Used to be Mr. Monnier.
Dude. No, I'm never Mr. Monnier.
Used to be
an adult.
You say instead of Friday, you would say be Monnier.
I'm-
Monday is
right.
another
Well,
day for opportunity. Another
That's
day to
right.
be great.
I know. But this is the new Eric in his 60s. He's much more chill. He's willing to say to the kids, maybe your music isn't so bad. I just, I don't listen to it. Glad I wasn't born where I have to grow up talking about disses between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. But hey, you kids, maybe it's good.
That was the focal point of last year.
I'm the chill. It's the chill. It's me in my 60s, Greg. Everything has changed. I'm just ready to, kick off my shoes and feel the grass beneath my toes and enjoy the life.
Watch out for hookworm, though.
See, that's the problem. There's always consequences to behaviors. I've noticed this new Eric in his 60s with this new attitude, a lot more itching. I don't know if they're related. I have no idea, but there's a lot more
Going
itching.
out barefoot. Yeah, you got it. It burrows up into your
Mhm.
foot and gets into your bloodstream, and then it gets to your.
Yeah, next thing you know,
throat.
you're saying you're being canceled for saying crazy things to people as they walk by. I'll tell you this. A couple of weeks ago, I got athlete's foot. You know the last time I got athlete's foot? When I
Never.
was 11.
Oh, so you have had it.
When I was at Camp Kayakima. I think it all came
Ah!
together then.
That
I know all about that place.
Yeah.
What'd
So,
you use to take care of it?
tough acting to acting.
Boom.
It worked.
You know what happened to me?
Yes?
Last week when I was in Maine.
What?
A flare-up of gout. So embarrassing.
What? First of
It
all,
it
hold on. Are
just-
you joking?
No.
You
the
have
way-
gout
for a long time.
You
remember?
have gout?
The onset of this. In the past, I
Could
thought
be the
that
ice
I had
cream
it.
for breakfast. Could be
It
the
could
ice
be.
cream for breakfast.
I wonder.
In the past, I thought I had it, but I was like, it could also just be I walk a lot. So I never got it diagnosed officially, but this was, everything's fine. What's going on? There's a faint soreness in my big toe. Oh my God, this is the most painful thing I've ever come across. Luckily, one of the guys in the cabin was a doctor, and I got some medication that.
Really? And what is the medication
Fixed
for
it.
gout? It's like an It's not bacterial, right? What is? It's just
No, it's a flare.
crystallized,
So it's the
crystallized urine, right? And it feels
It's
like
that, and then-
diamonds, ice, like stabbing you.
It's that, and then your body reacts and swells, so you have the inflammation too. So it's double because your body starts attacking it. So
How
there's
long have you had this? You're 40, what, 2?
I mean, I think the first time it flared up, I found out that my grandfather had it, so it does run in the family. I'm just living like a king. What can I say?
That's right. I'm eating ice cream
I'm
in the morning.
privileged to have gout.
It's just like it's the king's disease. Shelley
It
Winter
used to be the
had
king's disease because people were eating like head, like brains and livers and kidneys and things.
Stuff only royalty could afford.
I guess.
Like King had steaks and sugars. I think
Yeah.
what happened was I just wasn't drinking enough water in general because I chugged a bunch of water too, and it cleared up pretty quickly, which is
Well, it
lucky
should.
because I hear it can last for days, if not weeks, for something.
Bring Shelly in here. Shelly knows all about it.
Yeah, I know, but
you get rid of it by going to Publix and getting the chicken and macaroni
No, I
and
don't
cheese
call
and
him in here
gravy.
to talk about guys. That just seems like the wrong reason to call somebody in. That just seems wrong.
Is this going to be gout talk?
This seems wrong. Here,
The
come
new
here.
car
Back.
talk.
Call Dr. Joe. He's got some opinions about
Yeah,
it.
but it make
No,
more
no,
sense.
I don't want to hear it because Joe will criticize. Joe will
Yeah.
judge and
Well,
say
we
he
need
serves
Shelley,
you right.
Shelley, we need your
Shelley.
expertise. I'm not calling you in because this is the first thing I think of with you. That my friend Greg Russ, who's 42 years old, had a flare up of gout over the weekend.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. That means he's eating good. He's eating well.
See?
Gout is a rich man's
I
disease,
know.
they say.
I know.
King's disease.
Yeah.
Now he says it flared up and he got rid of it. He drank a bunch of water and it didn't last that
it's
long.
a medicine. It's
And he had
medicine.
medicine.
Okay.
And so,
what did he? I'm sorry, I missed. What did he eat?
He just drank.
Well,
a bunch
this
of
was
water.
the main trip, so I was eating Airheads candy, and yeah, there was a lot of rich foods, and there was beer and
Beer.
Not
Beer
enough.
is going to do it. Beer
Yes.
is a big
Really?
trigger. Beer and brown liquor.
Is this something that I could develop like now?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get it at any time.
Anytime.
Or I
It's,
thought
it's, it's nothing really but arthritis. It's a form of arthritis.
I thought it was crystallized urine.
Well, yeah. Well, it is.
Right.
It is an increase of urea.
Yeah.
But it's a form of
And that
arthritis.
feels like broken glass or something when you step on it, right?
It just feels bad.
Greg said it was the worst pain he had in his life.
Tart black cherry tart. A black cherry is good for that, Greg. It knocks it right out.
Oh, how about that?
I
But-
saw that too. In my research, my obsessive research as I was
Correct.
reading.
Do you think this might? Do you think this might have something to do with Greg having gout? He sometimes, well, quite often, for many years, would eat ice cream for breakfast. Do you think that had anything to do with this?
Not really. It's really there's some triggers. Beer, chocolate for some people.
Really?
Seafood. In my case, it's some seafoods.
Then
Like I
don't
can eat salmon, but I can't eat like fillet or lobster or things like that.
Then do you adhere to that, or do you sometimes go,
It
"Ah,
depends.
filet looks
Well,
pretty good"?
I found a medicine that my doctor prescribed for me that it's designed for if you know you're going to participate in foods you're not supposed to eat, you take the medicine before. And so I've got a big
gout prep.
Right. So when I know I'm going to go to a party or something, I will take my medicine.
What was that drug from earlier?
Oh, yeah. You see this Eventia? I saw a new drug. It's what is that for?
Bone
That's
growth.
Bone
You guys
growth.
about bone
Yes,
growth.
yes,
I
absolutely.
listened to the Von Hessler doctrine.
All right, so this is something that's manageable for my friend Greg Russ.
Absolutely. It's
You know,
just not as bad as it used
I got
to be.
athlete's foot a couple of weeks ago. First time since I was 11 years old. I'm getting worried now that I'm in my 60s. Then I start hearing about this gout. I don't eat all that well.
Did you get that in
How
Spain?
come- No, I got it before I went. How come I don't have gout if I don't eat that well?
You want it? You feel
No,
like you're
I
missing
don't-
out? Trust
no,
me, you
I
don't.
don't. No, I don't feel like I'm missing
Circus
out.
peanuts prevent.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, I'm worried now that I'm going to get everything.
You probably don't eat as badly as Greg and I. Greg is from New York. I'm from New York. You know,
Yeah.
we eat really poorly in New York.
Is
you
it,
see the story about the guy that
it's
caught a
pizza by the
pigeon?
slice.
That caught a pigeon in a halal truck.
I saw this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Greg and I have been eating food like that all our lives.
I have a friend who grew up in I don't know, Brooklyn or something, and was very poor and made it and is doing very well now. But she tells me that they used to actually eat pigeon quite often when she was a kid.
Pigeon is just squab. It's the same thing.
I don't know what squab
Chicken.
is.
Squab
City
is-
pigeon, though, they eat garbage all day.
Yeah, it's got to leave.
It is
down.
different how they're raised. Because you can go to fancy restaurants
Gamey.
and get pigeon.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
disgusting, though. That's
But what
disgusting.
Shelley's talking about is a man walked out of his
Street.
food cart, grabbed a pigeon from the street, and dragged him back in.
Put it in a plastic bag and
Yeah, we
took it back in the
Oh,
truck.
for heaven's sakes.
And we grew up on hot dogs, street
Yeah.
hot dogs. So
Street meat.
Yeah, so
Street
you're
meat.
safe. You're safe.
The best. Autumn's nickname.
I don't know. I got that.
I gotta go. I gotta
Here she
go.
comes.
Thanks for bringing
Hey,
me.
it used to be, okay?
Here she comes. She's reformed now.
I'm out of here.
She learned a lot. She learned a lot.
Can I
Thank you.
grow and change?
A
Thank
lot of
you.
life lessons.
Thank you. From the gout desk, Shelley Winter. Thank you very much. Alex Williams says there are delays on 75 in Cobb.
And at 547, we are watching them, Eric. 75 northbound. You jam in. Coming out of northwest Atlanta, pretty much north of Northside Drive, Howell Mill Road, getting up to 285. Then you slow again. South Marietta Parkway, on and off the brakes up into Ackworth. 575 northbound. You're jammed in from about Barrett Parkway up to Highway 92. Speaking of, traffic lights flashing red. Highway 92 in Cherokee County at West Wiley Bridge. Treat that as a four-way stop. Really put a pinch on Highway 92 westbound, coming out of Roswell over there into Cherokee County. And crash back in two right lanes in Sandy Springs. 285 eastbound, the inner loop at Georgia 400. Delays from Roswell. Roswell Road. Some better news on the south side I-75, Andrew Seco.
Better news indeed. Looking at all lanes back open. 75 north ramp to 285, exit 238. Starting to move a lot better, but still seeing the brake lights back in tomorrow. And southbound by the airport, all lanes back open, but we are still jammed all the way back into East Point, 75, 85 south. So keep using Highway 29 or 85 as alternates till things thin out a little bit more. This spurt sponsored by Vestas, for the people who make it all work. Vestas delivers quality uniforms and workplace supplies for your business needs. Learn more at Vestas.com. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Yo, I just won $1,000 from WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Thank you, Jesus. What's that?
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
First chance to win is tomorrow at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. When you receive a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, there's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. One of our clients, Tiffany, said, Mark Spain Real Estate was wonderful in answering any questions I had along the way. Find out what your guaranteed offer will be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Coming up from the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, a Delta classical concert featuring music director Natalie Stutzman presenting the Beethoven Project, an epic journey through all 9 of his symphonies this year. Your orchestra performs Beethoven Symphonies 2 and 5 on January 30th, February 1st, and 2nd at Symphony Hall. Don't miss this opportunity to hear the evolution of Beethoven's vision, including the popular rocket-fueled 5th Symphony. Details at aso.org.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At Shane Company, our engagement rings are the perfect blend of design, function, and beauty, each one a unique work of art. We meticulously craft our bridal jewelry in our jeweler's workshop to the highest standards, expertly setting each diamond by hand, ensuring the structure is perfectly balanced, and sizing everything for the perfect fit. Shane Company offers a free unmatched lifetime warranty because your engagement ring is an heirloom that was made to last. You'll cherish your ring today, tomorrow, and forever. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
It's just not normal, friends. The pain caused from chronic joint pain day after day. But some of you have dealt with that pain for so long, it's become your new normal. Short-term fixes not working. Make the decision now to say, no, not going to live with that. It's Mark Aaron back with you. Get moving again in 2025 with help from my friends at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, joint preservation. Yes, you can revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No steroids, no drugs, no surgery. This is the future of medicine using an array of natural solutions like PRP to attack the pain from arthritis. I want you to call QC Kinetics right now for a free consultation. Deal with joint pain now so you can make the most of the new year. Call QC Kinetics, friends, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
It's the 50th year of the Giant Atlanta Camping and RV Show. Georgia's largest showcase of new campers, travel trailers, and motorhomes. 4 days to shop, Thursday through Sunday the 23rd through the 26th. Atlanta Expo Center, AtlantaRVShow.com.
Do you think you need to renovate your kitchen, but you're worried about the costs? Well, Frugal Kitchens can help you get $1 million looking kitchen for a fraction of the cost and 18 months, no interest financing available. The best part, they can get you back up and cooking in 5 days from the start of construction. Life happens in your kitchen. That's where you build so many memories. If you're like Christy and me, that's why we use Frugal Kitchens, and you can too. FrugalKitchens.com is the website. Go check them out. Don't forget 18 months, no interest financing available. FrugalKitchens.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up! and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
All right.
Balls and chains.
Yeah. Oh, really? We're 2 years into the relationship and the marriage, and then
No, I was saying, like,
suddenly hitting balls and chains. And okay, it's all right. It happens to everybody. Greg Russ just sent a picture of convalescing Brad Pitt. He may need your money. It looks to me like he's in the hospital. He needs help, and I happen to know the story that you're going to go to. And by the way, my instinct is to make fun of the person that fell for this.
I read that they're
she's
depressed in the hospital. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't want to, and I think that the people were bullying her online. So let's not make fun of her, but let's deconstruct what went on here and say that she did not make good decisions. And
so there was a French woman,
who
over the course of a couple years handed over a bit over $850,000 to a fake Brad Pitt, who she had formed an online relationship with. The person sent poems. They were really wooing her. And when she would ask for pictures, they would send AI-generated images, which eventually led to Brad saying that he was in the hospital and he couldn't pay for the treatment he needed because of his ongoing divorce with Angelina Jolie. And some of these AI-generated pictures were
bad.
of him in the hospital, and that's why I sent that one to the group because
it's so terrible. It's so obviously not real. His head, like the top of his head, isn't in line with the bandages around his face. This is how bad this picture is. But I don't know. So this lady was married to a really rich person,
and she was also getting divorced.
And so she's got
a settlement.
And she's got this money, and so she's depressed because of the divorce, whatever. But I don't know how you can be this, let's be kind, gullible. I really don't understand how a person wouldn't think that Brad Pitt would have the money to be able to handle any medical emergency that might come up. But as you said, the poor lady is, she's been bullied online and she's depressed. And I don't want to add on. You know what? Hey, you know what with the Von Haessler doctrine? Hey, guys, you know what?
What?
How about we just be above it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Shush up, okay?
Yeah, shush up, okay? Alex Williams says there's a crash on 285 in Sandy Springs.
It was the earlier crash. It was off to the right, Eric, but now it's back in the right lane. 285 eastbound, the inner loop at 400. You're slow from Roswell Road. East and southbound delays continue through Dunwoody, Doraville, and into Clarkson. How's 285, the outer loop, Andrew Seco?
Looking all right, but still seeing the brake lights. 285 westbound. Slow on the north side is where the worst of it is, Alex. You are tapping that brake pedal from Doraville through Sandy Springs all the way down into Smyrna Vinings. Somebody down as you approach I-20 on the southwest side. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Take it from somebody who knows our roads are dangerous already, but they're even more dangerous in the winter. Hey, it's Smitha Mark McKay for John Foy & Associates, the Strong Arm. This time of year, it gets darker earlier. There's always a threat of rain and sometimes even black ice. If winter conditions lead to someone crashing into you, don't try to take on the insurance companies alone. Send in the Strong Arm, John Foy & Associates. The Strong Arm knows how much money you're entitled to and how to get it. There is no cost until they win. Call for your free case evaluation, johnfoy.com.
With MSC Cruises, discover big on a mini getaway or treat yourself to a week-long vacation. For a limited time, book now and enjoy up to 35% off cruises, plus kids sail free. Sail to the turquoise waters of the Bahamas with stops at our private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Just like your car, your septic system needs regular maintenance. Hi, I'm Shannon, the owner of Scorpion Septic. If you're seeing bubbles in your toilet, pooling in your yard, slow draining, or your toilet won't flush, you need Scorpion Septic.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump out charge with your repair. Call for more information. ScorpionSepticServices.com.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. How about a simple New Year's resolution? One where you're guaranteed to succeed. Hey, it's Mark Aaron back with you. Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places where it's been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there's no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guaranteed. Simply put, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Did I mention the results can last a lifetime? Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR. See what meeting your resolution could look like at advancedhair.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're treating the untreatable. Using a patient's unique genetic makeup, our researchers are developing personalized cancer vaccines that help stimulate the immune system to better fight the disease and prevent it from recurring. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, a possible gasoline leak in Paulding County impacts Alpharetta-based Colonial Pipeline. It's part of the nation's largest gasoline pipeline.
These pipelines run all the way from Texas and Louisiana, where they pick up product from refineries in those states, and it runs all the way up the East Coast. So, you know, this runs through Georgia as well as Mississippi, Alabama, and all your neighboring states.
Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says this line carries more than 1 million barrels of gasoline a day. He is not expecting the shutdown to impact prices at the pump. He says the pipeline should be back online by today or tomorrow. 47 degrees in Atlanta, sunshine dominating for a few more days. When do the clouds and rain return? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Repairs still going on at this hour in Brookhaven after a water main break shut down a major road. WSB's Steve Summers reports live with where this is all happening and how nearby businesses are coping.
Yeah, Bill, this is happening on Claremont Road, which is shut down between Dresden and Bragg. Right now, there's a giant hole in the middle of Claremont and a new 30-inch pipe ready for installation, but it's not been installed yet. The broken pipe cut water pressure in that area. One place that was affected of all the homes and businesses, Express Car Wash, where employee Brendan Watson says no water means no business.
People were actually trying to cut through saying I need to get a car, so I was explaining to them we don't have any water, but we had some few customers that were upset.
DeKalb County at this hour giving out free bottled water at the racetrack gas station at Claremont and Dresden for the 100 homes estimated to be affected by this water outage, which shows no signs at this point of being fixed. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
And on the subject of infrastructure, Governor Kemp announcing plans today to pump money into major infrastructure improvements in Georgia.
I will be proposing another infusion of $250 million into the Georgia Environmental Finance Authority Fund to support the development of water, wastewater, and solid waste infrastructure projects.
Another $250 million would go toward road construction grants and $530 million to go toward freight and logistics improvements. With the college football championship game and King Day holiday coming up Monday in Atlanta, plans are in place to keep the festivities safe.
Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum says every Atlanta police officer will be on the job in the days ahead. They're also setting up bollards and blockades where necessary to prevent a terrorist attack like what happened in New Orleans. But he says people need to reach out if they see something suspicious.
If you see a posting on social media of someone that is threatening harm,
you have a duty, an obligation as a citizen to report that to law enforcement.
Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens says they've been gearing up for over a year.
We will not rest until all of our residents and visitors leave safe.
At Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A man is sentenced to life in prison in DeKalb County in a deadly landlord dispute.
34-year-old Danny Hunter is convicted of murdering one of his father's tenants after the jury rejects his claim of self-defense. In 2021, Katisha Cardell and her fiancé were in an ongoing dispute with their landlord, whom they believed had shut off their utilities and might have been behind some unusual bank charges. As the couple spoke to the landlord outside his home, Hunter went inside, came out with a revolver, and fatally shot Cardell in the back of the neck. Her fiancé wasn't hit and got away. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
President-elect Trump's pick for defense secretary is grilled on Capitol Hill.
Mr. Hegseth, I do not believe that you are qualified to meet the overwhelming demands of this job.
Senator Jack Reed questioning former Fox News commentator Pete Hegseth, who's faced allegations of sexual misconduct and drinking.
When President Trump chose me for this position, the primary charge he gave me was to bring the warrior culture back to the Department of Defense.
His appearance before the Senate Armed Services Committee is just the first in a series of hearings this week. It is now 6:04, and the Von Haessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic, and here is Alex Williams.
Still watching the delays through downtown. Bill, it is a rough ride, still up to a half hour coming out of Buckhead on 400 South from Lennox Road down to I-20. 85 South slows at the 400 merge with 75 South brake lights filling in, approaching Howell Mill Northside Drive. No relief northbound either. You're jammed in from University Avenue, breaking free as you make your way up past Peachtree Pine Street, and that water main repair indeed continues, shutting down Claremont Road between Dresden Drive and Bragg Street. Use Buford Highway or Peachtree as your alternates there. Been watching the crash on 285 in Sandy Springs. Andrew Seco, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
That we do have better news. The crash moved to the shoulder, 285 east on the inner loop at Roswell Road, exit 25. Those delays thinning out quite nicely, but we're still seeing a rough ride east and west from I-75 through 400 down towards 85, and those delays continue merging on a 400. You are slow all the way up to Northridge Road. That's exit 6. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official heating of winter. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies and chilly this evening as temperatures fall to the low 40s for the ride home, eventually dropping into the mid to upper 20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny, high 51. Sunshine on Thursday, morning low 28, afternoon high 52. And clouds start to move in, but staying dry on Friday, morning low 31, afternoon high 57. Rain showers will be heavy at times for Saturday, as much as 1 to 1.5 inches of rainfall possible Saturday afternoon. We'll start off Saturday in the mid-40s and top out in the mid-50s. The rain moves out on Sunday, but the cold air moving in. Sunday's high is 50, but dropping down to the 20s on Monday morning and staying in the upper 30s for Monday afternoon.
Right now, 45 in Lilburn, 46 in Marietta and in Union City. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 4. That's the final one, folks, of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. Greg Russ, Autumn Fisher, doctrinaires at large. Jared Yamamoto would like to invite you to a corporate event that is happening coming up. And what is this corporate event?
We have our big CMG Atlanta Radio kickoff this Thursday, starting at 11:30.
I know that it probably
fun.
costs a lot to get a plane ride now, but you guys wouldn't want to miss this. What are we kicking off?
11:30 a.m.
I believe it's kicking off the year, 2025.
A little late.
What happened? Snacks?
Well, it says here that there's going to be food and
sparkling grape juice.
Do we?
It says join
warm
us.
Coke?
It says join us for a 2025 Atlanta Radio kickoff.
Any
lunch
boring-
pizza will be served.
Any boring speeches by corporate types? You know this is. You want to get me there.
Listen, there's never a bad idea, Eric. Never a bad idea.
There are
We
a
got
lot
the
of bad
food on
ideas.
trade. It was made a week ago.
Hey, by the way,
leftover New Year's.
You know, I want to
buffet.
push back on that whole corporate idea that there's no bad. Most ideas are bad.
Yeah.
Actually, nearly all ideas.
What if I invade Russia?
See, look at that.
Bad idea.
Who are you being invading Russia?
Hitler. That was a bad idea.
Oh, okay. That was a
I mean, he had a lot of bad ideas.
Yeah, he had a lot of bad
That
ideas.
was a bad
I wouldn't even.
strategic
I
idea.
wouldn't say that was his worst.
Oh, it's not his worst.
No, not at all.
Strategically a
Yes.
bad idea.
Always got to bring Hitler into the conversation.
Not always. I just
Oh yeah, it's having fun. We're bouncing around. Yeah, Hitler.
You are German.
Making
You're just
fun
trying
of
to relate
him.
with you.
Hey, don't put me in that. I was born in 1964.
Jared, your people blew up Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, how about that, Yamamoto?
Well, you cut off the
you want to
gas.
go after Von Hessler?
You cut off
how
the
did
oil.
How did the 1940s look for you?
You cut off the oil to the Japanese
You were
Empire.
expanding into
All the-
Manchuria.
They were upset.
Yeah, all they had to do was just back off and be nice
Please.
people. And then they could have had all the oil they wanted.
Yeah.
Let's not relitigate Pearl Harbor.
Really fooling people. If you don't kill yourself in this plane as a kamikaze pilot, there's dishonor upon you. Okay, I'd rather die than live, huh? Because my life's
I know.
going to
Oh,
be
well,
awful.
that goes to all these war things, like the World War I trench warfare. I'd be like, no, I'm not going out there. The last bunch of people you sent out there, they all died. I'm staying in here with the rats. That'd be idiotic. Well, we'll shoot you if you don't. Well, what's the difference? Shoot me. There's no difference between you shooting me here
Then you die
than
without
me just
honor.
going out. I don't give a
Well,
damn
you might
about
be able
that.
to take a little bit of the line.
Yeah, that's like go to hell. What? So you're using me as human fodder? Okay, no. Here's the answer. Go to hell. You go. Let's
That's
see you go first.
insubordination.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So what's the difference? I die
You're
by your
dishonorably
bullet.
discharged, and you get to go home and
That's
live.
right. And then people will make fun of you for the rest of your life.
Oh
for
no, I
deciding
didn't
to live.
die because of chemical warfare in a trench.
How about any good
What a loser.
any good general looks around and says, "This wasn't a good idea. Let's get the hell out of here. This is not a good idea. We're not saving anybody. We're just all going to die."
You can't. You need that hierarchy. And the moment a general does that, they're disobeying orders.
Isn't
and it
that
all
a
falls
good,
apart.
like a good general would say, we're all going to get killed. Let's get the hell out of here. We're not going to do any good just getting killed.
Let's look busy.
Yeah.
You know
what?
Let's look like we're working
Clean
on
your
Oh,
gun.
we're
I got an
getting there.
idea. We'll build another trench back home.
Yeah, we were in the trenches the whole time.
Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler calling from 2024. It didn't matter. You could have just gone home. It's not affecting my life whatsoever. You were duped by a bunch of idiots who told you that dying with honor doesn't mean anything. Dying with honor. Try to live. We're supposed to try to survive. And sometimes you do have to go to war, but it should be because people are attacking you and you're actually defending your homeland.
Or
and
attacking my
and
trench.
You make a decision like, yes, I'm willing to die to try to save my family or my neighbors.
Or my trench.
Or my trench.
This is my trench.
Who came up
Make
with
sure your
trench
boots are
warfare?
shined every
Yes.
morning. The mortars
Yes.
are coming at you, but you got to shine those boots.
Who invented trench warfare?
Was it
Like
the
what?
machine guns that made that?
Yes,
Tactical.
the machine guns. They had early tanks.
But it's like we're going to build this. Basically, we're not planning on moving all that much.
Oh, there's actually a person.
We're just going to
Sebastian-
keep on. We're just going to
Trench.
every night. We're just going to send a bunch of people out there to be cannon fodder.
There's
Well,
actually
wasn't
named
it
Sebastian
Was-
Le Preste de
Was it a
Blanc.
trenche? La trench. Why did
Wasn't the idea
hey, yes.
to move forward slowly by building another trench? So you
Yes.
just move forward a bit.
But
at
they
a
would
time.
get they would get stalemated. I would imagine from time
That's
to time.
what happened
here.
in World War I, except for Christmas Eve when they played soccer.
Oh, isn't that a nice story? Did it ever happen? Was it ever real?
I
I
think
saw it
it
in a Paul
was.
McCartney video for Pipes of Peace.
I think it was, but I just would have been nice if they took that moment to say, "What are we doing?" Let's
Yeah,
just
like
stop
how about the good part of the story is when they realize, hey, we're human beings. Let's play soccer on Christmas Day. The bad part is the day after Christmas. All right, back to killing each other for no good reason.
Our monarch wants us to fight more.
What about the generals that didn't want the war to end on the 11th month, the 11th
Right.
hour, and the 11th minute?
What if all the people in the world? This is my John Lennon moment. What if all the people in the world decided we're not fighting for our governments? All the people, we would just never have war anymore. People go, nah. We're seen through this. We've
That
seen
was a
through
little bit
this.
of my point with the voting. I was like, if we should just all take a step back and nobody vote.
Yeah, but then you just have the same. I mean, somebody's going to vote because they're going to vote for themselves. But
That's
then
what I'm
they-
saying.
they're-
Oh, well, then two people get.
Well, they would
get
cancel.
one
Yeah,
vote.
and then two people decide everything.
Yeah, they
two
would-
people who decided to vote.
Could it be worse? Could it be worse than it is?
It's true. It's fair.
I mean, we live in completely ridiculous times.
Just have
Yeah,
people
voting-
running drones from Langley, just sitting in a room pushing buttons.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, that's they
Drone
got all these
warfare.
kids. And you know George Clark. You know the conspiracy theory. That's why they got all these kids hooked on video games.
Exactly.
So they can
Call of Duty.
the next. Yeah, I guess now it's better to sit in a air conditioned room. It's better than the trench warfare from the point of
Yeah,
view
you're
of
not
the
getting
warrior.
trench foot.
Yeah, you're not getting trench foot.
You get drone hand.
You can get carpal tunnel. There is a carpal tunnel
I got
problem.
drone hand.
That could happen. I just like when the guy stood up and said, whoever, hey, I got an idea. Trench warfare. Why wasn't he just like shouted down? You're an idiot.
Again,
pal.
there's a guy, Sebastian Leprestre, Dave Vaughn.
Hey, Seabass, sit down. That's a bad idea. So we're just going to trench in, and the enemy will know exactly where we are, and we'll just keep shooting at each other until there's a few left on one side that can go build another trench. We're going to take this foot by foot. What an idiotic idea. You know, it reminds me of the charge of the Light Brigade. Those sons of bitches. You know, when I was a kid, I would pretend like they would... I remember at one point in third grade or something, they were trying to teach us the poem, The Charge of the Light Brigade.
In third grade?
Is it Tennyson?
Yeah.
Third or fourth grade. And I never got it. My reading comprehensions, I could read, but didn't really. So I thought for a long time, I thought that it was like a great thing, like a proud thing. I didn't realize what it really was until I finally saw the movie some years later. It was just a bunch of a-hole generals just ordering these people into death. That must make you feel like you're really powerful.
Well, wasn't it? It was a heavily fortified, protected area, and
they just like they knew there was
generals,
no chance.
British generals, like just get in there.
Yeah, and they're up on the hill eating, sandwiches.
Yeah, watching.
Yeah, watching the whole thing go down.
So their telescope.
600 more.
That must make you feel like you're really something. Like, I mean, back then, like you wanted to be a king or something. It's like, hey, I can just order a whole bunch of people right into their death, and they can't do anything about it.
Theirs wasn't to reason why. Theirs was to do or die.
That's right. And they did, and they did.
They did, and then they did die.
Yes. Just, it would be great if just all the people in the world just said to their governments, nah, not doing it. Go to hell. We're just going to go down.
Spiritually, a lot of us are like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that there are times for war. I mean,
Sure.
Hitler did need to be stopped. There are times for war, but
was it our job to stop them?
yes, it was.
Those medical students in Grenada needed to be liberated.
That's right. I'm not saying there are justifiable. Obviously, there are times to go to war when people are trying to kill you and your family,
or they have good stuff in the ground.
But if you're going to go to war,
I want their stuff from underneath.
Yeah, don't generals? I feel like, and governments, they have an obligation to try to put like a football coach will tell you, my job is to put the players in the right positions so that they're most likely to have the most success. That's my job as a coach. I'm coaching them up and putting them in the right places so they have the best. They use their talents. I put them.
Unless they're a decoy.
Shouldn't that be what like generals do? And there's like in government should be like, well, we're not going to put anybody someplace where we don't think they have a chance to win. But so much warfare has been that. I would say
at some point
90% of the people in the history of the world that have died in wars have died for no good reason. 10%. I'm going to put it on 10% died in fighting in a cause that really actually mattered and changed the world for the good.
It is amazing how they
maybe.
doubled down when they realized they're in a bad spot and made poor decisions. Like, but we'll look weak.
Yeah.
If we retreat.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
stay.
We want to die, and people will say good things about us. Not me, pal.
We're heroes.
You got one of those it's World War I. You got one of those motorcycles with a sidecar? Let's get the hell out of here. Alex Williams checking the ride around 285.
And right now we're dealing with a stall in DeKalb County. Eric, it's in the right lane, 285 northbound, the outer loop at I-20 in DeKalb. That's why you're slow back toward Flat Shoals, exit 48. Now on the north side, 285 westbound, you jam in right at Ashford Dunwoody Road, and it stays slow over to I-75 in Cobb County. Starts to improve, but the brake lights find you again right around South Atlanta Road. Further out down to I-20, the West Freeway. How's the ride on I-285, the inner loop? Andrew Seco, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
Seeing those brake lights really anywhere you're trying to go, Alex, especially in the north side. 285 eastbound is a little sluggish. You are tapping that brake pedal from 400 all the way down to the Stone Mountain Freeway that takes it 39. Brakes free for a little bit, but you're still seeing the brake lights from Clarkston all the way down into Panthersville. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Topical.
The federal government saying, oh, we don't know what they are, but they're not a threat.
Local.
When that biolab fire started in Rockdale County, crazy situation.
Getting you through your morning.
Cigarette smokers are addicted.
Mark Arrow.
I'm not condoning it.
Mark Arrow.
Tomorrow at 9.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Scana Energy knows every home is different. That's why they have options to fit your family's needs. Kind of like my family's popcorn preferences. Mama Bear likes extra butter, the Cubs put candy in theirs, and I like it all as long as there's lots of it. Whoa! Cleanup never tasted so good. Sign up with Scana today and save up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/warm for details. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
You get up every morning and make it all work. You make the hospitals and the labs work. You keep the shelves stocked, the cash registers ringing, the production lines producing. At Vestas, we have the uniforms and workplace supplies you need to do what you do every day. When you think uniforms, floor mats, first aid kits, restroom supplies, think Vestas. Vestas, uniforms and workplace supplies for the people who make it all work. Learn more at Vestas.com.
I was saying my reading today, I feel like the meter is more like there's going to be some kind of reprieve on the TikTok thing, whether they pass something that says, oh, you get a little more time.
Yeah, there's talk of it being pushed back.
Yeah. And also there's I think it's the Chinese government that wants this story out there, because the end of the story is that they don't know if these lower officials actually brought it up with the higher officials. But there's stories out there today about how the Chinese government at some level have been entertaining ideas of selling TikTok to Elon Musk.
And Mr. Beast, too.
Ugh.
Mr. Beast has expressed interest to buy TikTok as well, too.
The fact that Mr. Beast can afford to buy TikTok, or what he just
has always
I got a
creeped me out.
chocolate bar. Make sure to check it out. It's the best chocolate
The
you've
way-
ever tasted.
The way he smiles without moving the upper half of his face.
Yes. Well, I told you about this, strangely enough. So this Mr. Beast, what is he, like 28 now or something?
Goodness,
he's a multi-millionaire.
Got Mr. Beast chocolate. Don't forget.
And Jake Paul, who's another like
26,
30.
yes.
Okay, so these guys are multi-millionaires. Jake Paul, how old's he? Like 28, 30, something like
Yeah,
that?
around there.
These guys are multi-millionaires, and you have to, whether you like what they do or not, you have to kind of, like a Kim Kardashian thing, you have to kind of respect the fact that, well, somehow they became multi-millionaires at a very young age. That's something going on. And then I saw a clip of them on a podcast together, and the conversation was like something that seventh graders have on the playground. I mean, it was just...
How did he get rich?
Mr. Beast?
Yes.
Because he was online YouTube very early and did this contesting and was really good at it, I guess. How'd the Netflix show do it? Not a lot of
People
buzz.
are watching it.
Are
It's,
they?
it's Amazon. It's Amazon Prime.
Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
How's the chocolate bar doing?
Does he have a chocolate bar? I
Yes.
think
He does.
That's why
My
I keep
kids were
saying
really
it, because
into
all he does is promote the stupid chocolate bar.
It's frightening to me that on one hand I wanted to be able to give it to him. Hey, you're in your 20s, you're multimillionaires, you're doing something right. Good on you. But then hearing these two speak to each other, how is this even possible?
You'll have Mr. Beast potentially and Elon Musk buying TikTok. Maybe they'll do like a joint deal.
Oh, that'd be great.
It'd be a great conversation here.
One thing I sort of had a good feeling toward Mr. Beast because he started doing the kind of charity work that I believe in, which is, and he got crap for it because people didn't like the idea that he wasn't just giving to these known charities.
Or the
and
NGOs,
whatever.
he was just
You know,
doing it.
Yeah, he would just, somebody couldn't afford their medical bills and he would just pay the bill. I like that kind of charity. But people were mad. You're not going to the right organizations, that blah, blah, blah. Well, if somebody is a fan and they say, hey, I can't pay my medical bill, and he steps in and he pays like a $60,000 medical bill, that's pretty damn good charity, I would say. But then I got to know more about him. And, he does have a creepy smile.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. Have anybody seen the Amazon show? Is it any good?
I saw half of one episode
Any good?
over the break. It's horrible. It's really bad.
What is the show? Just his
It's like a
stuff?
Squid Game?
It's the
It's got sort of a take on Squid Games. It's a huge number
Nobody
of
died.
people, and they are tasked with
You get
competitions.
humiliated or you win a bunch of money. Isn't that basically what comes
He
down
does
to?
old
they have
radio.
to sit in these cubes, right?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
does old radio bits. Like, how long can you keep your hand on the car?
Right.
And the last person to remove their hand wins the car. He's repurposed it. Again,
Yeah.
good on him because he figured it, but it is really is old bad radio.
It's the same old thing. I remember one of the first radio contests I was ever involved with. It was like Ice for Ice, it was called, or something like that. We had a bunch of listeners. This was a top 40 radio station in Western New York. We had a bunch of listeners, and they had to sit on a block of ice. And the last one sitting on the ice got the car.
Oh, no. How long did they last?
Oh, these people humiliated themselves.
There are heated seats in the car, so if you get frostbite, don't worry. If you win,
Yeah,
you can
if you
reverse
win.
it.
Yeah, 3 weeks later. It went on. It went on for a long time, as I recall. I blocked a lot of this out of my brain.
It is insane the length of time people will put themselves through that.
I mean, a car at least is a pretty big deal, but then you get, well, also you're responsible for the taxes and everything else. So it's not exactly coming at it $0. I don't
That's
know
what
if you're
happened
ready
to
for
all
this.
those women and whoever else at those Oprah shows that when you get a car.
Oh, you
The
got
Price
one?
is Right
You
was
got
the
one?
same.
Yeah, Price is Right. Yeah, same
Well,
thing.
all the game shows, really. Anytime anybody got a car,
Take the
usually
value of the car.
Yeah,
Don't
you
take
take
the
the
real
value
car.
of the car, or you take the car, you immediately sell it or something like that.
Well, you take the value of the car, and then you immediately still owe the taxes on it.
Right.
So if it's like a $30,000 car and you owe like $15K,
Then you
plus
walk away with
whatever
15.
else.
It just always seemed like a pain. It's like, now I got to deal with that car
Gotta
that I
drive
just
it
won.
home
And
from
sometimes it wasn't
California.
the best car.
No.
A Dodge Dart.
Oh, you like in the Kia Sorento?
Hey, I love Kias. I drive Kias. So no, like what were they
He went
called?
to
Like
Camp Kia
Sunbird.
Kima.
Yeah, it's Kia Kima when I was a kid. What
It was always in the cards.
am I thinking of? Like Sunbird or something like that.
A Firebird?
Sunfire?
No, Firebirds were kind of cool. Firebirds
Sunfire?
were.
A K car.
Or what about like way back the Nissan Cube? That was an ugly car.
They didn't
And
do
they,
that.
They used to. Oh, they definitely gave the
I
Nissan
thought it was
Cube
just
on
behind the
prices right.
Cube going to work yesterday.
I don't think they haven't made a new one of those in a long time.
Well, I don't know.
That's an ugly car.
This was still
Did you
holding
ask him to
together
pull over so
strong.
you could beat him up?
Yeah, hey,
Your car's dumb.
Take it, loser.
Loser.
Dumb car Dave.
once I got pulled over by a cop. Remember when the tolls were up? And I was going to work early in the morning. I had a morning show. I went through there like 4:30 in the morning. And as soon as I got through, a cop pulled me over. And I pulled over, and the cop comes up. I roll the window down. And he goes, "Hey, you're one of the regular guys. I was looking you up there. How you doing? I love your show." I was like, I should be like, this is not proper, right? Like I'm flattered, but this is not proper. And I just pulled away, thinking, glad I didn't smoke any pot that morning on the way to work. What would he have done then? He pulls me over
Can I have
because
a
he's a fan. Alex Williams says there are brake lights on 85 into Gwinnett.
And at 6:25, Eric, we are watching those brake lights slowly starting to improve, but you are seeing them 85 northbound hitting the brakes at Chamblee Tucker Road. Then it stays sluggish up through Norcross toward Beaver Ruin Road. 316 eastbound on and off the brakes, leaving I-85 into Lawrenceville. 400 northbound, still slow, leaving 285, breaking free up around Northridge. 75 northbound on and off the brakes through Marietta up into Kennesaw. 575 north, getting better into Woodstock and Holly Springs. Had some trouble on 285 into Cobb County. Andrew Seco.
That we did. Still seeing the effects. 285 north on the outer loop at I-20, exit 46, stretching all the way back to I-675. And speaking of I-20, seeing brake lights either direction, east and west. You're slow from 285 out to Evans Mill Road. That's exit 74. A little bit interesting heading in and out of Stonecrest. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
If the last few years have taught us one thing as we head into another year, it's to value the things we can control. Hey, it's Mark Aaron back with you. Addressing hair loss, no exception. Our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration can reverse years or even decades of hair loss with their simple one-day treatment. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and your new hair guaranteed to grow for life. It works for bald spots, receding hairlines, thinning, men, women, younger, wiser. Advanced Hair's top-rated physicians have changed tens of thousands of lives, and now it's your turn. Schedule your free consultation by calling 470-660-HAIR, and to celebrate the new year, get special financing, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Value the things you can control and start regrowing your own natural hair today. That's 470-660-HAIR, or discover what meeting your resolution could look like with before and afters at advancedhair.com.
At Shane Company, we'll help you create a ring as unique as your love story. We have the biggest selection of diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and center stones in an array of colors, including sapphires in blue, pink, green, lavender, and more. Just the other day, a couple picked out a blue sapphire that perfectly matched her eyes, and they left knowing her ring was truly one of a kind. That's what happens at Shane Company. Come check us out. You might just fall in love with something unexpected. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
A DUI conviction could get you fired, get your license suspended, and increase your insurance rates. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. I recommend you talk to my friend George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Go to georgestein.com.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
It's Home Show time. The North Atlanta Home Show is January 24th through the 26th at the Gas South Convention Center. Yep, 3 days full of great deals, new ideas, and practical advice for your home. Tickets are available now at NorthAtlantaHomeShow.com. Use promo code BAKER and save 50%.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather, traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top story: part of the nation's largest gasoline pipeline is shut down due to a possible leak in Paulding County.
It's a pipeline that can carry 1 million barrels a day. This line 1 carries roughly 42 million gallons of product a day.
Patrick Dahan with Gas Buddy says most likely it will not impact prices at the pump. Bloomberg reports the shutdown impacting Alpharetta-based Colonial Pipeline is expected to last about 12 hours. It is 47 degrees in Atlanta, falling into the mid-20s again tonight, back into the 50s tomorrow afternoon. But how much longer until the rain returns? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. Safety plans in place for the college football playoff championship game and Martin Luther King Day parade next Monday. Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum says they've been preparing for over a year.
As we get into this weekend, we will go to 12-hour shifts and we will cancel off days. That means everyone in the Atlanta Police Department will be out working.
He also says they've been in contact with federal authorities in the aftermath of the New Orleans terror attack. Officials estimate around 100,000 people will be in the city for the big events this weekend. Hoping to reduce the number of frivolous lawsuits, Governor Kemp outlines his plans to overhaul the state's litigation rules.
Speaking to business leaders and lawmakers, Governor Kemp telling the crowd at the annual Eggs and Issues breakfast that tort reform is his top legislative priority this year.
We will move forward with an open mind and work with all of you as a team, just like we have successfully done on so many tough issues.
Kemp says he plans to roll out a legislative package soon to address the matter, and it comes after he traveled the state holding town halls about it. Leaders in both chambers have signaled support for reform. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A Henry County teacher accused of sexual assault is now in custody. Rodney Freeman disappeared last month after the 17-year-old girl made the allegations against him. He's now behind bars at the Henry County Jail. Protesters on Capitol Hill today A contentious hearing for President-elect Trump's nominee for Defense Secretary. Correspondent Stephen Portnoy reports allegations of public drunkenness and sexual assault are dogging Pete Hegseth.
The hearing featured the nominee casting himself as a victim of a coordinated smear campaign.
We saw anonymous source after anonymous source.
Pete Hegseth vowed to run a military that's apolitical.
Unlike the current administration, politics should play no part in military matters.
He came under sharp questioning from New York Democrat Kirsten Gillibrand for opposing women in combat roles.
Please explain these types of statements because they're brutal and they're mean.
I've never disparaged women serving in the military.
More hearings are coming this week. The former executive director of a Carroll County nonprofit could go to jail after she's charged with stealing from the organization.
Police say Stacy Cook took money that was donated to the Casa Carroll County's Venmo account and redirected the funds to her personal Venmo. Jennifer King is the executive director of Georgia Casa.
We are disappointed by any events or individual actions that distract from the Casa mission.
Cook was fired and arrested after the investigation revealed at least $7,000 was taken. Casa is a national nonprofit that provides assistance to children who are in foster care after experiencing abuse and neglect. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
Good news today from the Princess of Wales, who says her cancer is in remission.
Kate revealed the news in a social media post shortly after visiting the Royal Marsden Hospital in London. She also thanked the staff there for all the care and advice she and husband William had received. Until now, there'd been no confirmation that this was the hospital where the Princess of Wales had been treated. We still don't know what form of cancer she was treated for. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Monday is Fee-Free Day at National Park sites in celebration of Martin Luther King Day. All National Park Service sites will be free to visit. It is now 6:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic starts now with Alex Williams.
Still a rough ride getting in and through downtownville. 75 southbound, you're going to hit the brake pedal just south of Moores Mill Road. 400 southbound, hitting the brakes at Lenox Road. 85 south slows at Georgia 400. No relief till you get down to I-20. Northbound, still watching the delays that start just before University Avenue, but you're going to get better once you pass Freedom Parkway as you make the commute up into Midtown. However, the delays on I-75 in Cobb County. Andrew Seco, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
Seeing those brake lights slowing you down through Marietta, 75 south. You were tapping the pedal from North Marietta Parkway all the way down to the ballpark just outside Smyrna Vinings. And a little bit of a slow spot north on 75, Gemini up into Ackworth. You are seeing the effects from Chastain Road all the way up towards Highway 92. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies and chilly this evening as temperatures fall to the low 40s for the ride home, eventually dropping into the mid to upper 20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny, high 51. Sunshine on Thursday, morning low 28, afternoon high 52. And clouds start to move in, but staying dry on Friday, morning low 31, afternoon high 57. Rain showers will be heavy at times for Saturday, as much as 1 to 1.5 inches of rainfall possible Saturday afternoon. We'll start off Saturday in the mid 40s and top out in the mid 50s. The rain moves out on Sunday, but the cold air moving in. Sunday's high is 50, but dropping down to the 20s on Monday morning and staying in the upper 30s for Monday afternoon.
Right now it's 47 in Midtown Atlanta, 41 in Dunwoody, and 46 in Noonan. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
With MSC Cruises, discover big on a mini getaway or treat yourself to a week-long vacation. For a limited time, book now and enjoy up to 35% off cruises, plus kids sail free. Sail to the turquoise waters of the Bahamas with stops at our private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
When you open a garage door, you realize we live in magical times. People used to live in huts made from dung. Now we have houses so big there's a special door on the front so you can drive your car right inside. And the door opens itself by magic when you're still half a block away. Imagine telling that to the townsfolk who had to yank open the castle drawbridge with a giant chain every time the king felt like a stroll. So why doesn't your garage door do all the magical, wonderful things we've worked 4.5 billion years to invent? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. We repair broken or stubborn garage doors and get them working like new. Better parts, fresh lubrication, full service, good as new. Magical times. You don't have to live every day with an awesome thing that isn't awesome just because it needs to be fixed. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Magical times.
Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and making costly repairs. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
I was just thinking that there's a little bit of Jimmy Stewart in Shelley Winter's game. You know, a little, kind of.
How so?
What are you but a warped twisted old man? You want the moon, Mary? I'll throw a lasso around it and bring it down.
So we had this idea that would never fly. That in the next Christmas special, the next time we do a big parody of It's a Wonderful Life, it would be the people of the station playing different characters. But, people get mad. Because we were going to have Eric Erickson be...
Well, she works at the library. You were never born, George.
Who's Mr. Potter?
That's got to be... Who'd be Mr. Potter?
Scott.
No.
Scott Slade.
You can't say that name anymore.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, God, I can't say I'm sorry.
He never worked here.
Oh, my gosh.
Sean Hannity. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
Sentimental hogwash.
Sentimental hogwash. Anyway.
We'd never be able to do it, but it would be funny. If we did.
George Bailey Lasso Store.
Linda, you find that money that cousin Billy or Uncle Billy left in the bank? Put that in T-bills.
People would get upset. We can't do it. All these great ideas.
It's going to be tough to top last year's Christmas special.
I
don't know. Imitation. What is it? The impression, imitation is the
imitation
best.
is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yeah, that.
People don't always take it that way. I want to say after this last segment, I want people to understand I have never gotten high and done radio in my life.
Oh, you're worried about that?
Well, I feel like people say, was he saying that sometimes he does the show? No, I never have in my life. Because when I was about 21, I did stand-up comedy, and I made the mistake of getting high before it, and it went so poorly that in the middle of the set, I could hear an air conditioner kick on halfway down the room. and so I learned that time, no, you don't want to be doing it's after the show. Now
it's the reward after you're done.
Yeah, I have to say that.
So after the show, you can get high and then critique yourself and
think
that really stunk. I'm a piece of.
No, I don't. No, I'm not like that when I do that. I do that before the gummies come out. But I will say this: I have to admit that I have done this particular show hungover a few times. But hey, it's not like
anytime you hear the cracking of the Red Bull, and it might have been a long night.
Sometimes I just don't get sleep with the Red Bull. But there have been a few times, and I'm just like. My mom, who taught me how to be a functioning alcoholic, always said, go to work. No matter how hungover you are. She's like, vomit all over the place, but go to work. Then I learned.
But
I learned
you
from her.
vomit and you stay home.
No, I can't. See, I'm not like her. She could, old Bonnie, she could puke and rally. I didn't get that.
Drive into work, roll the window down.
Yeah, just keep going.
Keep going.
I didn't have that.
It is a gift.
It is.
If you can do it. I know some people that are just like, what? And then they're able to go right back to it.
I've said it. Not me. If that happens to me at 10 in the morning or 10 at night, my day is done. It's over. What about you, George Clark? Are you a rallier?
No, if I'm puking, it's over.
Yeah.
Night's done.
Bye-bye.
Teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
That's right, Suzu. That's right.
George's pedal.
Attaboy, Clarence.
The best thing I've ever heard. This has to happen.
Oh, maybe it will. We'll have to get.
Who's Aram going to be?
Aram's got to be. Aram's like soup. Yeah. So,
no, he could be Harry.
Oh yeah. Harry. Old Harry Bailey.
Or Sam Wainwright. Hee haw.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It's January, for heaven's sakes. We're
workshopping.
We're workshopping already. We're thinking
why
about.
Why do we have all these kids?
It's really good.
I usually suppress those.
Oh, I know. Did you just snort?
Yeah.
You did.
I've been snorting lately.
Yeah, well, it
I
happens.
don't know what's happening with my
I'll bet your
head.
snoring has gotten worse, too. I'll bet.
Oh,
If
I
you're
bet it
snorting while laughing, I think your snoring has gotten worse.
My
And we
snoring
know
is
that you
pretty
are
good.
a notorious snorer.
Yeah, it's true.
We have visual evidence. Because
Visual evidence?
We have visual evidence
You
because
mean audio evidence?
I don't know. I guess it was just audio. I thought it was a video of you sleeping.
I mean, if you hear with your eyes, then yes.
We had a intrepid reporter once sneak into her room and tape everything. That was Greg Russ, and he immediately put it out there for everyone to hear, and apparently for me, see.
See with your ears.
I have a bit of it's my superpower. I can see with my
You
hearing.
visualize audio.
That's right.
You see music. That's what you're saying.
I cannot stand snoring. And then people say, "Well, you snore," but I'm like, "Well, I'm asleep. I don't care. Like, doesn't bother me when I snore." They throw it at you like there's something you could do about it. That's why a lot of people are getting that bed divorce.
Oh, that's where you sleep in separate beds.
I'm reading more and more this, like, I don't know if it's really happening or if it's just something that people write about. You never know with these trends. Is it really happening, or is it just something that people write about? But I've read there's been a few more stories about how the bed divorce is the way to save the marriage. And I have to assume it's about snoring more than anything else.
Probably.
Because when people snore, I had to, so the last night in Spain, my youngest son had been in another town for New Year's, and he just came over for the last night so we could get on the flight together next morning. So my wife went to sleep in the same room as one of the female cousins, and he slept next to me in this. And I had no idea that my youngest son was a snorer. So I got no sleep. At one point, I just said to myself, well, if I'm awake, I'd rather listen to David Bowie than my son snore. So I just put the thing. I got zero sleep that night.
Can you sleep with those in?
If you don't turn either way. No, I didn't sleep, is my point.
I'm saying, though, are you unable to sleep?
No,
with the
because they
headphones
fall
in?
right out.
Oh.
They
Use
fall
toilet
right out.
paper next time.
Well, then that's all tinnitus. You know.
Oh.
So.
Man, you're SOL when it comes to
This is the 60-year-old Eric. That's why I'm chill, man.
Should have gone downstairs and asked if they had a separate room. You've got the money.
Are you kidding me? Do you want to know how much a room for a night in this place was?
I'm sure it was nuts.
800.
6.
Still a ton for one night.
Isn't it the worst when someone guesses more than you?
I know. It's like
Really
I
takes-
thought 6 was pretty high.
Yeah.
It is. 6 is high.
It was
I
at
remember
this
when you were trying
palace
to book the
place.
hotel. You were trying to book the hotel
yeah.
here in New York, and it was
Oh
insane.
yeah, that's because it was the UN week. But this was
How much was that
It was the
room
thing.
gonna be?
It was going to be $650 or something. This was a hotel in Madrid. It's called Palais something. It's right down the street from the big royal palace, and it was fancy.
Was it fancy?
It was fancy. It was
Did
one
it
of
have
those
a bidet?
One of those hotel. Yeah,
Continental breakfast?
The bidet. You know what the bidet is for me? It's a place to set my iPad.
Ew.
Ew.
What?
Gross.
I'm not using it.
Ew.
You should.
Put it
It's
on
so
the bidet.
I don't want to be clean. It intimidates me. I don't understand how it works. It intimidates me. It's like this.
The
I don't
separate bidet
understand.
is fine. I hear what you're saying, but if they had the built-in bidet, I think you'd really like. The
What do you
kind
mean?
that they have
Oh, you
in
mean it was
Japan.
built into the toilet itself?
The ones with
No, it's
Japan
like-
with all the controls. to
Oh,
the
this
side.
one is like you're sitting and then you're just looking at the bidet. It's on the.
Yeah,
It's right.
this is
And
a
This
different-
one, yeah, this
it's
was like a
intimidating.
toilet
You gotta
without the
waddle.
seat.
You gotta waddle.
Yeah,
over
that's
the-
what. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a toilet
Yeah.
without a seat, and I just don't understand it. I guess I'd have to watch a YouTube how-to. But then again, could you put that on YouTube? I don't know.
Yes, you can
Of course
totally.
could.
You can watch a YouTube about it. It's not like they show explicitly like their entire organs
They
and what's
crystallize
happening.
stuff.
No, they don't. They just explain it to you, and you can
They
even
bring in
read
the
about it. You
CPR
don't have to have a
dummies.
video.
It just looks weird without a seat. Why doesn't it have a seat? You're supposed to
So
straddle
everyone
it.
can use it.
No, you
Yes.
sit on it.
How can you sit on it if it doesn't have a seat?
You sit on the place where there's a
squat.
rim.
No, you're straddling it.
I like the
sit down.
2-in-1 where it's attached to
Yeah.
the actual
I can
toilet.
only
That way you
say-
can do 2
That's
at
the
one
one I
time.
have.
That's
at
the
home.
way
the
to
washlet.
describe.
You
To
want
me-
the washlet. Everyone should have the washlet. It should be standard in America.
Yeah. You just.
You
get
trust
the toilet
me. You
paper
feel
in the
so
water,
clean.
and I
So
listen.
sweet.
I am a hygienic person. I make
It also
sure
helps after
the I's are dotted. The what? Huh? The who? The ha?
Yeah, it helps after that.
The fancy ones, you can adjust the angle, and if you're I mean, it's nice if you're a man.
I
too,
can
but if
There's
you're a
one
woman-
that says rear, and there's one that says feminine
Oh.
on
Yes.
mine.
But, yeah.
What about if you have a feminine rear?
Oh, I sure do.
Why are you first you're showing me the traffic and then you look like you
Well,
want to
because
say
I
something?
think I may have found that audio of Autumn snoring, but we haven't played it yet.
Aw,
It says
We don't
Autumn
need to-
Fisher
you can-
ZZZ. I think this is it.
Oh wait, huh? What's this?
Let's see. It might be. It's from the archives. I don't know. Okay, that's not it.
No, that's
Oh,
not it.
that's
That's
not
just
it.
that's
Autumn going.
That's a great guess, though. I mean,
Yeah.
sleeping.
It could have been. All right, we're off the rails. Alex Williams says 285 is slow in Doraville.
All brake lights at 647, Eric. 285 eastbound. You're hitting the pedal right at Georgia 400. And this stays heavy getting past Chamblee Tucker as you pass I-85 Spaghetti Junction. No relief till you get down to Memorial Drive. And the earlier stall that was in the right lane into DeKalb. 285 north, the outer loop at I-20, exit 46. That has cleared, so the delays leaving I-675 should start to improve. How is I-285 as you head into Cobb County? Andrew Seco, Cool Rate Carrier Traffic Center.
Starting to see those brake lights outbound from Doraville, 285 westbound. You're on and off the pedal from 400 all the way down towards South Cobb Drive, exit 15. Delays continue on the southwest side, heading north on the inner loop. You are on and off the brakes. 285 north from Langford Parkway all the way up towards Bolton Road. That's exit 13. This sports sponsored by Ameris Bank. At Ameris Bank, their local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your accounts, and more. Ameris Bank is with you. Visit amerisbank.com or walk into a branch today. Member FDIC. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Yo, I just won $1,000 from WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Thank you, Jesus. What's that?
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
First chance to win is tomorrow at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
If you're ignoring any cracked brick or concrete, you could be ignoring important foundation problems, and you need to get ahead of these problems sooner rather than later. Don't wait any longer. Visit aquaguard.net today to book your free inspection.
AquaGuard.
It's the time of year that Mama Bear and I work on our annual budget. Between you and me, I'm starting to think we're spending too much on salmon. Fortunately, with Scana Energy as our natural gas provider, we have options to save that fit our needs. Sign up and get up to $100 today. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/100 for details. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's orchard.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
The wreck was bad. Dealing with insurance can be even worse. Smiling Mark McKay here for John Foy & Associates, The Strong Arm. If you've been injured, you need an experienced winning team. You need The Strong Arm. Pay nothing up front and get your free case evaluation at johnfoy.com.
As Georgia's homegrown leader in business insurance, Builders partners with thousands of local businesses to safeguard workers and help them return to their lives after injuries. Explore reliable workers' compensation solutions at BLDRS.com. Builders, insurance built strong.
Hey,
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
You know, I was funny. The other day not that I really even pay much attention, but just on the not annoying me scale, I think the mayor was on TV or something, and I was like, he's been an okay mayor. He's like, because as mayors go, he hasn't annoyed me. But then again, I don't live in the city. I live in Roswell. I have my own mayor, but to worry about. But
he's done a fine job. Much better than her.
Okay.
Than Keisha Lance.
All right, it was not a tough act to follow.
That's true.
But based on, when I say that, it's based on, this guy hasn't really annoyed me much, so I had a decent mayor. Now I see this, and it's like, stop. Don't go down this road. By the way, Andre Dickens, in its most extreme form, this kind of attitude has led to Los Angeles on fire. Leading with, what do they call it? Virtue signaling. Atlanta mayor leaving X for blue sky, he says. Elon, are you worried, Elon?
No. Andre Dickens.
Yes, the mayor. Yeah.
Could possibly entice you to stick around on X. Maybe a Cybertruck with,
He's a government official. You can't bribe.
Oh no. So the city can have it.
Okay.
Easily just use it. SpaceX, if you'd like a ride, maybe in the rocket. As far as I know, Blue Sky does not have they don't have a space program.
Well, they go to the sky.
No, they don't. They can get to the sky. That's
they
about
can
it.
only look at it. Okay, so you want a bunch of furries following you? Okay, go ahead. Because that's what Blue Sky is.
And this is another one where it's like he's going to do this and kind of be bold about it. Like, obviously, people know why people on the left leave X, because Elon is next to Trump, and they want Blue Sky to be the. But he says did not specify why he was leaving, but encourage followers to stay connected. All right, it's a stupid move, but if you're going to do it because you're bold, be bold and tell people why you're doing it. Kind of trying to have it all. What's it?
Also, it shouldn't be news. I don't care what social media platform you're moving to. What about Threads? That was Threads' opportunity.
Remember
they
Threads?
Didn't do anything with it.
Threads had their moment, and then Stephen King just hops around. He went to Threads.
Yeah, but they're all leaving that now because they're mad at Zuck.
They're mad at Zuck.
I'll give you an example. George Takei, I'm leaving X and going to Blue Sky. No engagement.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know. I got an idea, folks. I'm not on any social media whatsoever. You don't have to be on. You don't have to be on one. It's okay.
This could be good. People are leaving Twitter, X. That's not working for them anymore, and they're going to these platforms that don't get any followers, and maybe TikTok will be shut down, and everyone will emerge like they're coming out from the long winter, rubbing their eyes, seeing the sun.
Like
for the
coming
first
out of
time.
a cave, like after 5 years. Ow! What is that? It's the sun.
I just made a Blue Sky account so I could follow Andre Dickens. I need his updates from the mayor.
By the way, here's a PSA from the mayor. It's the public service announcement from the Von Hessler Doctrine. The fact that it snows does not alleviate you of the responsibility of cleaning up after your dogs.
Thank you.
So the next time...
Amen.
You got the dogs. That's snow, everything. All right, that music's telling us two things. Shut the hell up, get the hell out. You know us. We do what we're told. We're good patriots. You know what that means. We never question authority. Shelley Winter is up next. He's got a great radio show for you. We're going to come back tomorrow. They call it Hump Day. We'll be here at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. But until then, continue on your journey. Do not piss off the genie.
6:56 in the traffic center. Still watching delays through downtown on the I-75 ride out of northwest Atlanta from Moores Mill. 400 southbound starting to get better leaving Lenox Road, but still sluggish down to I-85 where you really jam in for the ride on the connector south down to I-20. Northbound on and off the brake pedal University Avenue as you clear Freedom Parkway. Traveling I-85 into Gwinnett County, you jam in from Chamblee Tucker, but improving the closer you get to Duluth. 400 northbound, maybe something new in Sandy Springs between Abernathy and Northridge. And toughest part of I-75 is going to be the southbound delays out of Marietta, all that merging madness trying to ramp onto I-285 there next to Truist Park. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Money Update. From WSB consumer expert Clark Howard. Sponsored by Reliable Heating and Air.
It has been so tough for us as homeowners with how much our homeowners insurance premiums have been going up and up and away. I want you to think through, what are homes costing in your neighborhood? And how much does your insurer have your home insured for? Odds are, if you haven't looked at this number in a long time, you were way underinsured for homeowners. If you're going to pay all those premiums, at least make sure you have adequate coverage for your home value.
Healthy, beautiful skin can be yours with Olansky Dermatology. They're experts in aesthetic and medical skincare needs, including Mohs surgery. Schedule online 24/7 at their Cumming, Roswell, and Buckhead locations with new convenient evening and Saturday hours at their Buckhead office. With 40 years as Atlanta's premier dermatology practice, they're your trusted skincare specialist. Visit OlanskyDermatology.com for an appointment with Atlanta's top dermatologist. Olansky Dermatology and Aesthetics, where everyone deserves healthy skin.
I'm not surprised that Ragsdale Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Electrical continues to grow and are looking for good, caring people to join their team. If you've got experience as a plumber, electrician, or you're an HVAC technician, give Ragsdale a call and become part of a great team. This is Scott Slate, and I used companies large and small until I went with Ragsdale years ago and saw firsthand how competent and caring a heating and air company could be. Many of their employees have been with them 10, 20, even 30 years. For a great opportunity to grow with a great company, go to ragsdaleair.com/careers and apply today.
You get up every morning and make it all work. You make the hospitals and the labs work. You keep the shelves stocked, the cash registers ringing, the production lines producing. At Vestas, we have the uniforms and workplace supplies you need to